who's back.
Woo.
Again. We are back. BigJive MMA Show.
We here, baby.
Oh, UFC Houston this Saturday. BigJive MMA Show coming at you on a Wednesday night. We're going to break down the card. We're going to give you the segments that you've all been waiting for. The empty the clip, the 3-punch parlay, and the sicko parlays as well. BP Big Gun, how we doing tonight, brother?
We're doing good, babe. Listen, for the chat, I wear the glasses very rarely. People are going to be like, is that Harry Potter on steroids? Did Brian eat Harry Potter? You know what I mean? Sometimes the boys got to, help with the eyes. Okay, I'm getting older. I'll be 40 in August. So I love all the comments. I actually really love this card. I actually, you know what? I'm confident in this card, which scares me, if I'm being honest with you. As a gambler, you kind of want to have a little doubt. I don't got much doubt. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to clean sweep. But we shall see. I'm looking forward to breaking down. There's some good fights. There's some okay fights. But, we're going to do the whole thing, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we got 14 fights to break down. We got a full Saturday card. I mean, 14 fights. I like it, but also at the same time, it's going to be a long night, Got 14 fights to break down, and we also got the segments as well. So it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a long show. We're not going to rush through it. We're going to give you exactly what you need on this Wednesday evening. We're not going to recap how the week prior went because we already did that last week on UFC, the White House predictions one. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. But I'm coming off a pretty rough card, so I'm going to need to start making some coin. Okay? Hey. We got to lock in.
Time is now. I actually came off a pretty decent card. 7-fight win streak on 3PC. Shout out 3-punch combo. Go sign up now. And I did okay. Obviously, my big bet last week, which was 2 weeks ago, very irresponsible. Multiple units on Horiguchi, which was silly because the line was so high. But, we cashed. And I hit the 3PC parlay. We all hit that, but I actually played that as well. And I had an okay night, right? Wasn't a banner night, wasn't a career night. But now, you got to count the wins. You're not going to count the losses. And but no, I saw your video that you posted on socials about, taking responsibility for L's. Listen, we're trying to predict the future here, guys. Okay. We're going to take some L's. I know everyone in the YouTubes, in the Twitters, they're all better than us. They're the best cappers in the world. We're predicting the future. And I think we're doing a pretty good goddamn job of it. In Houston, we're out of the Apex. We're in Houston. The main event is got my mind in a pretzel, and I can't wait to break it down with you.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. I think it's a solid main event. I think it's a solid fight night card overall.
For sure.
Because, I mean, there's not like a ton of ranked guys, but they're fun matchups, man. There's not really many fights on this card where it's like clearly one guy's going to win. Even the dogs, like they could come through. The dogs could be barking outside of the first fight we're going to break down, but we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there.
Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us tonight. We got the moderator, Dick's Insider. Everyone share the stream. Tell a friend. We're live. We are live. Go shout it from the rooftops.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, babe.
Absolutely. Jive is top tier for sure.
For sure.
At last we got not top tier, but we'll get it back.
Thank you. Brian America owns a glass. Lunatic. I mean so much to me. I'm very self-conscious of my glasses. It's only been a handful of times I did it, but literally when I look at the screen, I can't read. So sometimes I got to suck up the vainness, suck up the hunkiness, put the glasses on.
When's the next CBS appearance? I just did a show today.
Awesome.
If I think it's on HQ, CBS HQ. If you got to go check that out, might be on the YouTube. I'm not sure. Drop a like. Absolutely. We need to like up this stream, baby. BP top.
Hangry Dana. So the lesbian chants are out already. Why is your lesbian aunt your guest tonight? I'm a man. Okay. I'm a man with a penis chiseled by the gods. Okay. Hangry Dana. God damn it.
You just need more facial hair. If you have more facial hair.
I wish, bro. This is, I swear to you, and you can't see it, but I got a little grit stash. This is a month, maybe. Like, I can't grow facial hair. I can't grow armpit hair. I don't have hair in my arms. No,
you don't have armpit hair?
No, can't grow. What? The only place I grow hair is my head and down on my my penis area. Okay. But yeah, I can't, dude. I don't have any armpit hair. Don't have any leg hair. Got a little bit of a belly hair, but that's about it. No chest hair. Yeah. But what's fucked up is my real dad, senior in high school. I wasn't close with him, but I saw a senior picture, full beard. Okay, so I got this shit from my mom. What the fuck, man?
I grow hair everywhere except my head. But I do
Yeah.
actually grow hair on my head. I just don't have the greatest hairline. But
Yeah, see that the hair is strong. The hair is strong.
Yeah. Love the body hair talk. Yeah, I mean, something to open up the show. Yeah,
We got to start somewhere, babe. You know what I mean? We got to start somewhere.
rice and garlic. Watching my favorite MMA people. Life don't get better. Well, premium picks 101. We're about to hop in the fight, so
Let's
sit
do
down,
it, man.
enjoying the show. First fight of the night. We got Carli Judice stepping in. It's a minus 750 favorite, taking on Juliana Killer Miller, coming in at plus 550. 4-3 in her professional career. 4 of those fights have been in the UFC. 2 of them losses, 2 of them wins. She's coming off an underdog victory against Ivana Petrovich. Carli Judice, 2-1 in the UFC, coming off back-to-back knockouts, won a round 1 head kick, and last time out, a round 3 KO with a body shot. Put her down cold. Big favorite here for Judice.
Mm-hmm.
BP. Is it what, like, let's be real here. It's not Juliana Miller. So what is the bet here? Because you're not gonna tell me to bet Judice at minus 750, are you?
No, I mean, listen, Judice, I mean, you see it right there, 5 KO wins. I mean, she finishes. You know, she's a very good striker. She's aggressive. She goes out there and finishes. Is her finishes the highest level? No, of course not. But Juliana Miller, I mean, maybe the worst Ultimate Fighter winner. I mean, that you know, that I don't want to bang on the women MMA like most people do, but that MMA, that tough show she was on had a really weak female class, and she won it. And, you know, I mean, Colt Smith, another guy that comes to mind, he was an absolute bum. Ricky Tercios is another guy that's up there, but Juliana Miller might take the cake, you know. Yeah, she's 550 for a reason. She's getting a little better. She got dominated 2 fights ago. She doesn't fight often. She likes to try to round her game out. She's going to look for takedowns on Judice. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Judice boxing is going to be clean. It's going to be crisp. I think she's going to hit Miller. Miller's got that awkward body. You know, I'm surprised she has a smaller reach and she's the same height as Judice because she just seems everywhere so much longer, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to go Carli Judice. I'm going to go Carli Judice probably by KO. Juliana Miller's proven to be pretty tough. But, you know, I just think after second or third round of just, you know, getting your fucking face beat in, there's only so much people can take. So I like Carli Judice. Sorry for the voice there. Carli Judice.
Carli Judice. Well, drowsy. We all know it'll go the distance, brother.
I don't know, brother.
It's not going the distance, bro.
I don't know, brother. Most MMA fights I'll agree with you. I don't know about this one.
This one is no. I would be shocked if it went the distance. I'm pretty sure Carli Judice is gonna just absolutely run through her because Juliana Miller has nothing on the feet. Like, it's terrible. Her striking's awful.
It's bad.
I don't know. I don't think she's ever trained it. It looks like she's only done jiu-jitsu. It's like if you took a guy that's been in jiu-jitsu and told him to go box.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Sure.
It's not going to work. Just for record, Brian America knows chicks. Better know chicks. Better
know chicks, baby.
Probably will, and we all going to be homeless. Dude, I don't see it, dude. No. I mean, Judice by KO is like minus 130.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking value, dude.
It's not
like,
bad.
Legitimately, I think that's value.
I thought it would be higher. I didn't look at the price before we hopped on, but I definitely thought it'd be higher.
Dude, I hope they don't do an OnlyFans collab. Dixon, that's disgusting, bro.
Do they either have OnlyFans? I know like everyone has OnlyFans, but
Dixon. Some people think Juliana Miller's like
exactly. I was about to say that there is a select Reddit Twitter users that are into Juliana Miller. They like that slender body type. They can ignore the face. Sorry, Juliana.
Dude, her fucking. I mean, I'm really not trying to like brag on her, but
sure.
Some of these chicks, like, okay, outside of the cage, they don't look terrible.
Sure.
But when they get in the cage, it looks rough.
It's rough.
Juliana Miller's one of them.
There's very few MMA females, unfortunately, that can get in the cage and look like fucking, you know, tens, right? It's just, the way it is. And that goes with some guys, too. Some guys, you know, not everyone go in there and look like a fucking lock hub. What's up, babe?
What up, Cody? How we doing, brother? Yeah, I mean, I think Judy's going to run through her. She's actually, I listened to an interview with her.
Yeah.
You know how, like, not like making fun of them, but you see those people that, like, blink a lot when they're talking?
Yeah, the little twitch. Ryan Hall's kind of got that.
Yeah, like the twitch.
Yeah.
Probably Judice has that. That's fucking scary, man.
That is scary.
That tells me you have, like, a focus on, like, anybody else.
That tells me that the reason you're blinking is because you're trying to vision that person you murdered in your life just a couple times a day.
She's good, man. She's 26. Yeah. She's young. She's improving. She's a good athlete. Like 6 striker. I think she gets a KO. Minus 130 on the KO is value to me. Let's move on. Featherweight bout here. We got Jordan, the Monkey King, Leavitt, moving down a weight class, coming in as a big dog, plus 330. And Yadier Del Valle coming in at minus 400. The undefeated Cuban coming off a victory with a lot of asterisks behind it.
Mm-hmm.
He was the man that submitted Isaac Dulgarian in the fight that Isaac Dulgarian threw. And before we get into the breakdown here, BP, I got to tell you, I got a little bit of some beef with Yadier Del Valle.
All right. Let's hear it.
After the whole Dulgarian situation, you know, I was very vocal. I don't like fight fixing in our sport, right?
Yeah.
So I made a bunch of videos about it, right? My initial reaction, the follow-up, and I'm trying to like tell people that aren't really familiar with this that was a fixed fight, and like this is wrong, right? This is wrong. But Yadier Del Valle and his coaches were calling me a sore loser.
Wow.
Saying that I'm just a salty bettor that lost money on the fight, and I underestimated Yadier Del Valle.
Man.
And I think they are I'm trying to hold back some words, but I think they are really stupid for saying that, because they just don't know. Like there's a level of stupid where you could know something and just not accept it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a level of stupid where you just don't know what's happening and you think what you're saying is actually like true.
Correct.
That's the level of stupid that they were being there. So I can give them a little bit of some slack, and they won. But bro, you didn't really win. The guy was trying to fucking lose. So chill the fuck out. All right. I actually like this Del Valle guy.
Yeah.
But ever since him and his coaches started to leave comments and DM me saying I'm a salty bettor that lost money, I got a little bit of vendetta on Del Valle.
Yeah, dude.
Nonetheless, I think this is a winnable fight for him. Give me your breakdown, BP, or you can comment back on what I was saying.
No, yeah. I mean, listen, we're a team here. You go to war, I go to war. This won't be the fight I go to war with you on, because I got the Valle big here over the Monkey King Jordan Leavitt. Shout out Turbo Club XO or OX, excuse me, for the donation.
$199.
Jordan Leavitt by Sub Sprinkle. I'm going to go opposite you, buddy. I think DeVal's going to get a sub here. DeVal has really good submissions. He's big, he's strong, he's thick. Jordan Leavitt's coming down, so he maybe will have the size advantage. At least that's what he thinks. I don't think so. I think he's going to get bullied in this fight. DeVal's a big, beefy dude, and Jordan Leavitt does have good jiu-jitsu, but he has been submitted twice by rear naked choke. That's kind of DeVal's game. Obviously, Jordan Leavitt's been training that. Hopefully, he's in Vegas with a good camp. People say that he is really good in the gym on the ground. People like him. However, I just think DeVal, the Cuban Problem, that's his nickname, the Cuban Problem. I think this dude just steamrolls Leavitt here. I've never been a big Leavitt fan. You know, I know people throughout the world, he's gay, he twerks, this and that. I'm not, that's not, who cares? I just don't think he's all that good. When he was on the Contender Series, he knocked out my boy Matt Wyman, who put him in retirement. Cool. But, you laid an egg against Patty when you had a little bit of beef, and I just don't think you're an elite level guy. I think Yadier Del Valle could be elite level guy. That's a high number at minus 400. So, God just put ends by sub plus 160, so you can cover your ass in case Leavitt gets a sub. You're getting plus money. But yeah, I like the Valle by sub here. I mean, if you got one of those exotic books, like maybe BetMGM is probably the only one I really know off the top of my head that's in the States that you can pick like how it gets it done. I really do like rear naked choke. I think the Valle's slick with it. Leavitt's been caught twice in his career. Be a no-brainer. But yeah, give me the Valle. But after this fight, dude, it's fuck his team. Fuck him. They come after you. They're coming after me, bro. The Cuban Problem, maybe. I'm the Cincinnati Problem, okay? You know what I mean? I'll throw Skyline chili in your goddamn face, all right? That's what we're doing here, babe. But yeah, give me the Valle by sub.
Yeah, Turbo, I actually don't mind a little Leavitt sub sprinkle. I mean, it's a big number. I mean, it's plus 700. I think that's kind of his win condition. I don't see him getting a knockout. I don't see him winning a decision. I think you'd have to catch him in something. So you turn a plus 330 into plus 700. I think there's a little bit of value there, but it's probably not going to happen. Tajik Bey, funny how proud you are that he and his coach called you out. Did you bet Isaac that night? The thing is, I had a bet on Isaac Dulgarian, but once I saw that the fight was going to be fixed based on the line movement, I put a ton of money on Del Valle to win in round 1. So I actually made a ton of money on it. And some people just couldn't process that. They're like, well, I actually made money on the fight fix, but I don't like it. So I'm going to call it out.
It's ugly.
And
it's ugly for the sport.
Stupid. Yeah, I remember telling Cody, I'm like, dude, this fight's going to be fixed. So take Del Valle.
Usually when line movements go like that and Twitter blows up, it's usually, to me, I don't overreact. This one, I'm like, holy shit. I already had a Del ticket. I wasn't on Bulgarian. I was never big on Bulgarian. But when that line blew up.
You knew he was going to win. You knew Bulgarian was going to throw it?
Well, I didn't know, but I had already placed money on Del Valle.
Yeah.
And then the line started going crazy. And I'm like, dude, do I got to fucking double down on this? But then I started thinking, oh, they're going to pull the fight. Why get my money held up in a book, when a fight gets canceled and get it by the end of the event when I can just keep what I got? So I kind of stayed out of that. The Valle submission was so good that Bulgarian didn't even bother trying to defend the choke. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious. I mean, Bulgarian, there's a reason he's quiet. He lawyered up. Just because you get a lawyer doesn't mean you're guilty, but he lawyered up immediately. I think he made one statement that said, of course I would never do that. No, bro. I mean, it's pretty evident that you went out there and you probably were like, I got 2 minutes in me. I'll try to win within the first 2 minutes. If not, we're not getting out of round 1. I don't know who you benefited, who you worked with. This is all allegedly. Obviously, I don't know. But, yeah, it was, to me, pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah. I think he's actually, Dixon just said it perfectly. There's no worse blind man than the one that chooses not to see.
Yeah.
Chose not to see. I mean,
the Val's team's like, listen, we got to win. Like, I'm not going to, but they fucking know. They know. They just don't want to admit it. They know their guy. You know what I mean? They know.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to get another win here, but honestly, I don't think there's any value at minus 400. I would probably make him like a minus 300 favorite. So if you want to throw him in a parlay piece, good luck, but
sure.
I'm personally not going to do it. I actually think the sub ends by sub. I forget who shouted that out.
Yeah.
OMG Rods.
Yeah. And I like that.
I kind of like that because I think Leavitt could maybe catch him. And I actually think there's some value on Del Valle by sub at plus 275 because Leavitt's only been subbed. He's never been KO'd. And I don't really see him being on the feet that long. So if it is a KO, like it might be like a ground and pound, takes his back, ground and pounds him out or something. Yeah. But I feel like Del Valle actually does have some pretty good chokes. Isaac Bulgarian could have gotten out of it, but if he gets
I didn't watch that fight back. It was the other fights I watched, and Del Valle's fucking jacked, dude. He's bricked up.
Yeah, I was at his UFC debut at the Apex.
Okay,
and I was literally cheering after he won because I made money on him. I was like, Cuba, let's go! Like I was like, I'm right there. He just beat an American. I'm screaming Cuba.
Yeah, dude. No problem, man.
Beefing. So we'll see. But I think Del Valle gets it done inside the distance. I like the sub as well. Poor Jordan Leavitt. Also met Jordan Leavitt at a karate combat event. He was in a turtleneck.
Yeah, that fits.
I could have swore he was like a librarian, but super nice guy.
I'm sure.
And he has a wife and kids, so he's not
right. Yeah, the gay stuff. Just because I don't think Jordan Leavitt's going to be able, to probably, hang a TV or fix an outlet in the home. Right? He's not that kind of guy. But yeah, I don't think he's gay. Yeah. No, Chris Curtis, my guy, he trained with Jordan Leavitt and maybe still does. I'm not really sure where Jordan Leavitt's at. Chris is obviously he's in Vegas and in Thailand. He said he's a character.
Yeah, I know.
He said he's an interesting cat. So,
let's keep her moving. Welterweight bout here. We got Phil Rowe taking on Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. Coming in at minus 205. Making his UFC debut hot off the round 1 head kick KO on the Dana White Contender Series. A beautiful round 1 KO. Phil Rowe coming off the loss to Seokhyun Ko by decision. Got absolutely dominated. I think he was held on the ground for 13 and a half, maybe 14 minutes of the 15-minute fight. So he's coming off a loss. He needs a win here. He's taking it on short notice. Lebosnoyani was supposed to fight Austin Vanderford. Not super short notice. I think he maybe had like a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. But either way, the veteran, 35 years of age, stepping in here as the underdog once again. Phil Rowe, usually an underdog. He's coming in with an 8.5-inch reach advantage and a 4-inch height advantage. What do you think here, BP?
Yeah, so in our beginning of the year show, we did a segment that says contender series guys that you want to keep an eye on, and John Paul was on that for me. I think this kid's really good. He had a great first round knockout in a minute on the contenders. It looked fantastic, but he's super well rounded. He's really crafty on the ground. He's got a good triangle off his back. He is hard to take down. He's hard to hold down. Phil Rowe has decent jiu-jitsu. He does grappling outside the UFC. But this guy, obviously, big, tall, long guy, wants to strike. You look at the Angelusa fight where he was losing the entire time, then he came back and won. Then he got a little momentum. People were like, oh, that was fight of the night. That was great, Phil. And then he fucking lays the egg his last fight and just dominated. This guy's all over the map. He's all up and down, 35 years of age. He's not getting any better. And he's never landed more than 100 center finger strikes in a fight. The most he's ever landed is 85. The only way I think he's going to beat John Paul is if he puts it on him, like kind of like a real pressure style, which isn't his style. Because of the long reach. I mean, he's got an 8.5-inch reach advantage on him. Yeah, you got to use that. And I don't think Phil uses it enough. I think he can use it, but there's just not enough volume there. I think sometimes he is gassing as well. And I like John Paul here. I think this is a good step up for John Paul coming in. I love a lot of his wins outside the UFC. I think they're clean. I think they're good. And I think he can get it done here. Is he going to finish Phil Rowe? Phil's proven to be pretty tough. I think if he finishes him, it will probably come in the form of a submission, actually, as opposed to a KO. He's got 2 losses by a KO, which does scare me. I went back and watched the fights. They weren't super alarming to me. It wasn't like I think he had a bad chin problem or whatever. But yeah, I like John Paul. This is my guy right now. I started the year saying this is my guy to watch of the contenders, and imagine if I don't pick him against a guy like Phil Rowe. So I got to stay true to myself. But I do like John Paul. I wish, though, if I'm being honest with everybody, which of course I am, minus 205 is it's a little tough for me. I think that's just a little too high. I would like to see him at I knew he was gonna be the favorite, but minus 165, minus 180, would be nice. Maybe lower even, but minus 205 stuff for me to get to. But I think he's a well-rounded dude, right? And he's got a great head of hair. That's a great fucking picture of him too. Give me John Paul. And by the way, I wasn't gonna mention this, but he's a Southern California trained fighter. I typically don't like picking Southern California trained fighters. There's no gyms there. There's just none. There used to be Kings MMA. They used to have the Ronda camp in Glendale. He's at Hermosa Beach. Maybe it's an up-and-coming camp. I don't know. But with a name like that, you think he's Canadian. You think he's, whatever. No, Hermosa Beach, California. Hopefully he's got some good coaches. It worries me. But, yeah, give me John Paul.
Well, I listened to an interview and actually can tell you he has been driving to the PI for the week from California, and then he'll go back to California Friday through Sunday.
Good. That's smart, man.
Then he trains with like Ozzy Diaz, that camp in California,
right?
When he's in California, but usually he's at the PI throughout the week. So the guy seems dedicated. I mean, I think he's solid. I don't know that he should be minus 205 here, though.
No,
I don't know.
Me.
It seems like a bit pricey. And honestly, the guy that he beat on the contender series is not good. He should never even sniff the cage of the UFC, honestly. So it was a nice head kick. How replicable is that? I don't know. I would have liked to see the fight play out a little bit more, just to see more of his skills. And honestly, some of his wins on the regional scene aren't really that impressive to me, but he has some skills. My worry here is it's his UFC debut. He's going up against a guy that's he's completely opposite compared to what Austin Vanderford is. Vanderford's a wrestler and Phil Rowe's a long, lengthy striker. So opponent change, UFC debut, and Phil Rowe is that guy that if you do slow down late in the fight, like he will expose that. So if JPL doesn't get him out of there in the first couple rounds, then he's going to have to weather the Phil Rowe storm in round 3. And can he do that? Like, we'll see. But he's also been KO'd twice on the regional scene. Mm-hmm. Spike Carlisle got him in round 1.
Hey, Spike's no joke, bro.
Spike's not bad. But, Spike can spark you.
Yeah.
But he also got TKO'd by Jacoby Jones, who's also not bad.
Got a shot in the contender series.
Those two guys are fringe UFC level.
Mm-hmm.
And he got KO'd by both of them.
Right.
So I think should be a lot of questions with Lebosnoyani at minus 205. I think it's kind of Phil Rowe's fight to lose, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like if he doesn't get taken down, and if he doesn't get smothered like he was against Sukhyun Ko, like how does this fight look? You know,
it looks like John Paul Lebosnoyani.
Lesbian.
It. Yeah, well, of course, I'm supporting a guy with his last name basically lesbian. You know what I mean? I'm into lesbians. Apparently, I look like one. But no, I think if it hits the ground, I think there's gonna be a world of difference. I really do. I think he's that good. I think for Rowe, again, grappling out there, he's looking good. But when he goes, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to listen. This is what I do. I put myself in a corner with these new guys, these unproven guys. And I trust my gut. I trust my eye for talent. And then they fail. And then it's like people are like, this guy stinks, right? Which is fair. You can say that. So I'm not going to go crazy, but I like Jean Paul. Wish you had an accent. That'd be cooler.
This is low key like Neil Magny, Mike Malott.
Wow. And I was on Neil Magny for that. One of the few
big
hits I did.
Wow.
Few big hits I had last year. I did on the Anakin Florian, and Kenny kind of chuckled at me. And I just said, Mike Malott hasn't passed that Magny test. And of course, when you hit a big underdog, your first thought is, why didn't I put more money on it?
Exactly.
So that was kind of my thing. But no, that was little brag there. Sorry.
You know who also didn't pass the Neil Magny test? Phil Rowe didn't.
Phil Rowe did not.
Split,
yeah.
So.
He's 0-5 on decisions, too. This guy cannot buy a decision win. Russ says, guys, Phil's 1-3 in his last 4. Yeah, and he's coming on short notice, and he's 35. Yeah. And I just don't really like him, dude. I've seen him interact with people, and he just seems
I think he thinks he's like the hottest shit ever.
He seems like a prick. I don't know anybody that met him, and I've never met him, but just seems like a fucking prick, dude.
He has never beaten anyone good, but is JPL good?
Yeah, I don't know. John Paul hasn't really been anybody good either. So, but I trust the talent.
I'll tell you this: I think there's value on Rowe by KO at plus 500. If he's gonna win, it's probably the KO.
Now you're just fucking scaring me, bro.
Yeah,
now you're just sharp reads.
I'm just saying, man. Okay, after my terrible card last weekend, I've been in the lab. All right,
you're dialed. I know. And listen, you're always dialed. Bad week or not, you're dialed. And you're making
this week I'm extra dialed. I built out a fucking tool, and I am super fucking dialed. And I'm going to tell you right now, Phil Rowe by KO plus 500 is value. We'll see if it actually looks like value on Saturday. But we'll see.
Damn, man.
Moving on. Another welterweight bout. We got Ramiz Brahimaj taking on Punahele Soriano. Soriano comes in as the underdog, plus 105, undefeated in the weight class since moving down to 170, 3 straight wins, a decision win over Miguel Baeza, a KO against Uros Medic, the man in the co-main event, and a decision win against Nikolai Veretennikov. Ramiz Brahimaj on a nice streak himself, finishing everybody in his path, takes out Austin Vanderford, takes out Billy Ray Goff, takes out Mickey Gall. I mean, the guy looks like he's turned a little bit of a leaf in his career. He's 33 years of age. Same with Soriano. We got a near pick'em fight here. BP, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, this one, I hate saying the word easy, but I feel like it's easy. Soriano, since he's went down to welterweight, he's obviously had to lean up. He's a very stocky, thick boy at 185, leaned up. How do you lean up? How do you get the weight? You cardio. Soriano, when he goes to 170, guess what? I got good cardio and I got some dynamite wrestling. I can take you the fuck down. Brahimaj wrestling, okay. He's got really good submissions though, right? He's got a good rear naked choke, good guillotine. His wins in the UFC are all by finish. Mostly, we see the 12 subs on the record right there. I just think some of the competition he's beating is a little lower level. Not saying Soriano is higher level, right? I just think Soriano is going to play it safe. I think he has the advantage in the wrestling. I think he can lay on Brahimaj for a few. And I think he also can knock him out on the feet. I think Soriano does have power in the hands. You're showing me plus 105. I'm going to go with Soriano here. I will say this about Ramiz as a person, though. Seems like a great dude. I've seen the interactions on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. All he wants to do is be a fighter. So I got to support that. I got to love that. Seems like a good dude. And I remember when his fucking ear exploded against Max Payne Griffin. And they stopped the fight, but he didn't want it to. He's like, I don't cut the ear off. I'll fucking keep going. That's a dog right there. That's a dog. Yeah, so it's an easy guy to root for. I just think Soriano, with the wrestling chops that he has and even the power as well, I think he's starting to really find his prime. He found his weight class at 170, and we're giving him slight plus money on it. I love it.
Yep.
And I like Soriano. But if you want to go the opposite, I think Soriano by decision.
Yeah.
Or Brahimaj by submission. If you want to play that way. Because I think Brahimaj could lock up a neck for sure. But ways to play it.
I think that's exactly how it goes. It's either Puna by decision or Brahimaj by sub. Maybe we could get something crazy, like maybe Ramiz wins the decision. Who knows? But
sure.
I think those are the two most likely outcomes. Honestly, I see value on both of them because where they're lined at right now, I think it's they're both plus money. I think they're both looking pretty good. Brahimaj sub plus 170 is looking okay.
Soriano plus 170. Wow.
I
thought we'd be over two. I
mean, it's 13 wins, man.
Right, I get it. That's how he's going to win the fight. Yeah. But Vegas is smart nowadays. They're smart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's also the favorite. Very slight one. But I'm not I'm not running to the window to bet Brahimaj. Right. Dixon said it before, but it could be a little bit of recency bias on Ramiz. As you said before, he's beaten Mickey Gall. He's beaten Billy Ray Goff, who's kind of unproven. I mean, pretty.
Every time I hear Billy Ray Goff, it's like I just feel like that's a serial killer's name. You know what I mean? John Wayne Gacy. You know what I mean? They all got three names. These fucking killers.
I cashed on him against Vanderford last time out, but he lost round one pretty easily, and then he had to find like a head kick to kind of rock Vanderford, and then caught him in a guillotine. The thing with Puna is he's kind of been using his wrestling to win these fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the KO against Medic. He's been wrestling Baeza, wrestling Faratelnikov, and he's constantly putting his head in fucking guillotines, bro. Absolutely. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? If he comes out here and shoots a double leg, full sugar Coke, BP.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't fucking know.
Oh, my God, dude.
Diet's bad for your brain, bro. I got a brain injury. I don't want that. What do they put? That fake sugar is bad for your brain, bro. Accutane, yeah, dude. If I drink a Diet Coke, aspartame. Next thing I know, I'm fucking talking to the wall, and I got 12 cats. Ain't happening. Give me the fully loaded, baby.
This is what you do. You drink the diet soda, and then you take a Zyn because Zyn prevents Alzheimer's, bro.
Really? I'm not a Zyn guy. I've never. What is it? Zyn's nicotine, right? Is that? Am I stupid on that? Right. Yeah. So I've never done it. I've never done nicotine in my life, bro.
You should.
Yeah. No, I've never done that. I've been very anti any of that. So yeah, dude, full Coke, bro. This is
full sugar Coke is.
Yeah, like, and then I mix in a water. Water, bro. Yeah, we're good. Every soda I have a water or two. But yeah, bro. The guy says, drink water, my guys. Yeah, but when you're up at 5 a.m. and you got two fucking fatheads running around and your wife's got COVID, you need a little kick. Yeah, you need a little something to get it going for this show. And I like natural lemonade. What is natural lemonade? Is there such thing as
regular lemonade?
You just take fucking lemons and squeeze it in. You hand squeeze lemonades? Sugar water purple. Yeah. What the fuck is juice?
It's juice.
Yeah. Dixon cider. Sugar water purple. Yeah, that was an old Dave Chappelle bit.
Well, where was I? What was I saying?
I don't know.
Puna sticking his head into guillotines.
Yeah.
He's shooting double legs on Brahimaj. He's just flirting with danger. And the thing that I didn't realize before I really, looked at what's going on in this matchup is Puna's defensive wrestling fucking sucks, dude. The guy's takedown defense is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Maximoff took this guy down 11 times. Okay?
Yeah, that's Nate.
I know Brahimaj, he's been getting those guillotines, but before he got those guillotines in the UFC, he was getting takedowns, getting to the back, and that was it. So, I mean, I wouldn't rule out Brahimaj landing a takedown, getting to the back, and then that's wraps. So,
wrap.
I kind of, I like the sub for Brahimaj, maybe Puna by decision, but more I like the Brahimaj sub because I think the fight probably doesn't do
it. Yeah, I think Puna's right. I mean, listen, he could obviously get choked, but I just think he's in a good place right now in his career with that wrestling, and anything can happen.
Dude, I honestly don't even like the taste of like full sugar soda or anything. It's just too strong for me.
My buddy's the same way. He can't do full sugar. He never has been able to. He just likes.
No, it's what I grew up on Diet Coke, man.
Yeah, my mom, so I grew up. There was one thing in my house that we never didn't have. It was Diet Coke from my mom and regular Coke from my stepdad. So I don't drink coffee, unfortunately. I don't like coffee, and I don't do energy drinks. I don't like them.
Wow.
So
Really?
yeah, so my wake up routine is to have a full bodied soda and get me going, right? Just because that's what it is. That's just the way I program, right? I need something. I'm not an anti-caffeine guy. I did 5-hour energies way back when, and I don't think I slept for like 2 days. Did not agree with my system, so I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, so I need some caffeine to get the old pep in the steppy.
Need some caffeine.
I wish I like coffee, bro. The only coffee I like is that like girly shit, which is basically a fucking milkshake. It's frozen. It's
Frappe?
a milkshake. Yeah, whatever. Frappe with the whipped cream and shit. It's the only one I like. And I'm like, first off, they're $8, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, they're expensive.
And I'm like, I can't fucking order this, dude. Like, I'm a secure heterosexual man, but like every morning ordering this, going to a blue collar job, I'll grab me a Coke, bro.
Dude, I've had an energy drink.
Tastes like leaves.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not bad, but I had energy drinks every day for probably 4 to 5 years.
Yeah,
and then this year, my wife is like always trying to get me to not drink any energy drinks. So this year, probably the only like goal that I've actually fulfilled in 2026 is to switch to coffee. So I've been having coffee instead of energy drinks because those things are probably not good for you, right? Energy drinks are like 200 milligrams of caffeine every morning. Like literally when I wake up, just sip it.
Sure.
So I switched to coffee. It's been going pretty well.
I went to a doctor years ago, an Indian guy, and I could barely understand him. He's giving me a physical, and he goes, "Do you do drugs? Do you smoke?" I can't do an Indian accent. I'm like, no. So I will admit, I do drink soda. I am a soda drinker. Just to let you know. And he goes, "You don't drink energy drinks, do you?" I said, "No, I don't like them." He goes, "Good, soda's fine. Don't drink energy drinks. Hurt your heart." And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I did a Red Bull and vodka years ago, or a Red Bull and a Jägermeister. And got absolutely torched, and it never touched the stuff. If I smell a Red Bull right now,
I used to drink vodka Red Bulls on repeat when I go out to the bars.
Dude, there's dudes who are like in their 50s at my work, and they got long shifts. They take an energy drink, Monster or whatever the fuck, and they pour it into a Yeti, and they pour regular Mountain Dew, and they mix. And I'm just like, bro,
oh my god,
what? And they're like, dude, crazy. It's my go-go juice. And I'm like, do you, brother? Do you, man?
Oh shit. Well, we took a side tangent there, but it's good. It's good. Red Bull Jaeger, we call that a flying deer out here.
What do we call it? Jaeger bomb. Jaeger
bombs aren't bad.
They crippled me. Yeah, I was a light. When I did drink, I was the biggest lightweight in the world, and it was. I mean, I remember that night vividly. Like fucking 10 of my friends had to carry me in my bedroom.
Caffeine and alcohol equals cocaine. I've never
caffeine plus alcohol equals cocaine. I've never seen more fist fights.
Four Loko.
Oh, Four Loko. Yeah, I never tried Four Loko. I was around when the original came out. I never was a participant in Four Loko.
Disgusting. All right, let's move on.
Let's do it.
Got some women's MMA. Let's talk about the ladies. BP thinks he knows chicks. Let's see what he's got to say here. We got Nora Cornolle coming at plus 255 in the rematch that she won. Joselyne Edwards coming in at minus 305. She is on a 3-fight winning streak. All 3 fights she got a finish. Back-to-back round 1 knockouts. So that might be why she's minus 305. Nora Cornolle, on the other hand, coming off a loss to Carol Rosa, where she lost because she could not defend the takedown and she could not get up. I mean, right away, man, she won the first fight. Questionable. I didn't think she won. I don't think many people think that she actually won. It was in Paris, so the Paris judges probably had some influence on that decision. But either way, you look at the statistics. She did outstrike Joselyne Edwards. She did land a few reversals when she got taken down. So it was a competitive fight. Now Joselyne Edwards minus 305. Has she made improvements? Yes. Is she the younger fighter? Yes. She definitely looked better But I wouldn't say Priscilla Cachoeira, Chelsea Chandler, and Tamiris Vidal are like the best competition. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she's had a bit of an easy path her last 3 fights, but she has made quick work of them. What do you think, your BP? I mean, is Joselyne Edwards the lock this week or what?
I wouldn't call her a lock, but I do like her a lot. This is a rematch of, women's MMA. There's only so many, especially in this weight class, they can do, right? So they're like, well, these girls aren't near a title. Let's just run it back. It was a forgettable and questionable fight the first time. I think Joselyne Edwards gotten better. I've been a fan of Joselyne. I think she's smooth on the feet. Her takedown defense obviously needs work. She's working on it, but I think she's very smooth on the feet. I think she has finishing ability for sure. She's very inconsistent, and sometimes she doesn't show up. But if she shows up, we're looking good here, right? Yeah. BP does know chicks. No doubt about it. BP knows chicks. Problem is do I want to put my reputation on knowing chicks on this fight? Minus 205 is hefty. Nora Cornolle, I mean, she could grind out a fight again. If France or not, I mean, Texas judging is usually not that great, historically. So we could see another fuckery, right? And you're laying 305. So definitely not a lock. Not going to touch her in any kind of parlays or whatever. But, maybe I'll sprinkle Edwards by KO or something like that. Maybe she catches her. Because I do think she's fluid on the feet. I think she's slick on the feet. And she's 30, so she's getting right there into her prime against a 36-year-old woman. She's obviously going to be a little bit hungrier for this rematch, considering how the first one went down. So give me Joselyne Edwards. Give me her by knockout. Probably the only way I'll play this. But if truth be told, I will probably be this. I'll time it out right where my food will get delivered right when this fight starts. I'll watch it as a fan. I won't really have my phone with me, so there'll be no bet being placed. However, I do like Joselyne Edwards if by knockout.
The only way I would play this is to take a dart shot on a Joselyne Edwards round 3 sub plus 3,000. It's the only way I would touch it. I'm not touching the money line. I'm not even going to try to take a chance on Cornolle. I'm not going to take the over. I'm not doing any of that shit. All right. Because there's nothing that you can bet on this fight that would actually make sense, in my opinion, outside of like a little sprinkle on Joselyne Edwards round 3 sub. But overall, I think she can get her grappling going here. Cornolle's takedown defense is not very good, and her get-up game is pretty bad. So if Edwards is able to get those takedowns, she has shown like she got a submission against Tamiris Vidal, and Cornolle is like flirting with getting subbed a bunch.
And Tamiris Vidal has no neck and no arms, and she got one on that broad. So, you know what I mean? That's impressive.
This fight is rough. Yeah, this fight is rough.
Yeah, obviously, I think the worst fight in the card.
Showing last 5 fights is great additional information. Yeah, last 5, both 3 and 2 in the last 5.
Thank you, Certified MMA. That's
where the DFS plays. DFS plays are in, brother. They are in. This fight stinks. Edwards ITD at plus 3XX is enticing.
Alan Perez's butthole. Hell of a. I mean, this guy's dead. Alan Perez's butthole.
Alan Perez's butthole. Give him the shout out there. Edwards finished live, but any money on it? I'm not going to bet on it. Like I said, if it does come, I think it probably comes late because I don't know that Cornolle's cardio is the best, No. Like if she's getting dominated, she might wilt in round 3, but we'll see. Let's move on. Flyweight bout here. We got Louis Gurule coming in at plus 240, taking on Alden Coria coming in at minus 280. Alden Coria made his UFC debut last year at Noche UFC. He cashed for us as a big dog, plus 300. And he cashed the KO for us as well at plus 800. One of the best lines of the year, in my opinion, that I capitalized on. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, Louis Gurule was also on that card. And he was a minus 200 favorite, and he lost to Jesus Aguilar. So now he's 0-2 in the UFC. His first fight got knocked out by Ode Osbourne, who we'll talk about in a little bit. He's 32 years of age. He's 5'5". Very small for the weight class, but he came into the UFC undefeated, and he's back-to-back losses. So he's definitely on the downtrend as far as how people are looking at him. And Alden Coria came into the UFC pretty underestimated and overperformed. So this is a very interesting fight because we got a guy that's on a skid versus a guy that outperformed expectations. And the line is indicating heavily that we should give up on Gurule and buy into Coria. What do you think here, BP?
Louis. Yeah, this dude had a patent record coming to the UFC. He bullied people. He's 5'5", but he was built pretty like a brick house for flyweight, right? But Ode Osbourne exposed his chin. Jesus Aguilar exposed his game. And I think Alden Coria is going to expose his chin again. I think Coria is a stud when it comes to his striking. I think, obviously he's still developing as a fighter. He is UFC ready. He does have some good wins in the LFA, but I think he's going to come out hot here. So on the chat, Coria round 1 KO, like that, whatever that number is. I think Coria is going to catch him early. Louis doesn't move his head. He still thinks it's the minor leagues where he can power everybody and walk through shit, and he can't, right? And I think Coria has some pop, has some power, minus 280, not afraid of it, gonna play it. And I think he pieces Louis up here. I think Louis is probably gonna get cut from the UFC after this. 64-inch reach. My 8-year-old daughter, I think, maybe has a longer reach than that. But she is coming from these genes. So, no excuse to Louis Gulia. How do you say his fucking name? Give me Coria. I like Coria, minus 280. I thought the line would be probably about this, maybe even a little higher. Because I just really, the tape I've seen on Louis, I don't think he's that good. I don't see it. Surprised he got a shot in the UFC. And this is no disrespect to Gurule. I guess you can take it as disrespect. But give me Coria. I like him by knockout. Gonna maybe touch that round 1 as well. But again, I think minus 280 for me personally as a gambler. I know a lot of guys like the really load up on parlays and stuff. That's the way they play, and that's great. But when you put the 400s and the 700s in parlays, to me that's like the 280 is such a sweet spot for me in a parlay, right? It's a really sweet spot, and I think he's a good parlay piece here because I think he's an up and coming kid that's gonna show out, babe.
BP talking highly of Alden Coria. Maybe it's maybe the end to the clip later. We'll see.
Hey, maybe not.
Maybe. I think we've seen the limitations of Louis Gurule in his first 2 UFC fights. He started his career with 5 straight TKOs, and he hasn't got one since. So, you're getting finishes early on in your career, but ever since then, man, he's not really showing anything.
It's easy to get finishes when the Uber driver that takes you to the venue where you're fighting at, and you go, hey, you want to fight tonight? And you go and fight him in the cage. Yeah, it's easy to get finishes, bro.
It's bad, man. Like 0-0, 4-5, 3-0, 3-0, whatever. But even just the way he fights, like I just don't really see much danger coming from Gurule. And I think that's what Aguilar kind of said, like, fuck this guy. He can't hurt me. He was just throwing, and he just didn't respect him at all. And I think he just beat him off of pure aggression. Like Gurule is a guy that's going to throw a bunch of jabs and leg kicks, and it just doesn't really work, man. It just doesn't really work. And I think Alden Coria is just a lot better of a striker, like a lot more dynamic. I think he picks his shots nicely. I think he'll be able to counter the leg kicks from Gurule, land some nice straights, maybe crack him, maybe put him away. I could probably see a KO from Coria, but my worry here is the line I think is getting up there. I don't know that there's a ton of value on Coria at minus 280 because if he doesn't put him away. Like I think Gurule can keep up with the volume, and it might be close. He can also mix in some takedowns. I don't know that he can really do much with it. But then we're also talking the judges in Texas, which are pretty bad.
They've been historically bad. I will say this though. I forgot to mention my breakdown. Sorry, cutting you off, Aiden. I have one bet placed for this card. It is a 2-leg parlay, and Coria is in that parlay. So I'm pretty happy. It's plus money. But it's a substantial bet. It's a couple unis. Not Horiguchi unis. My God,
I'd be shocked if he wasn't in a parlay for you.
I'm not a big parlay player. I like playing some long shots, and obviously we give out a parlay. I'm more of a straight wager guy, but sometimes I see something and I fucking instead of changing my mind, I gotta go right away.
They actually have a common opponent. Alberto Trujillo beat Alden Coria, but Louis Gurule beat Alberto Trujillo.
MMA math, bro. MMA math.
To summarize it, I think there's some recency bias in the line, but I do think Coria could get past that, and I think he could find a finish. Him to get a finish is what, plus 205? Or Coria KO is plus 265. I don't mind that, but
I like that.
I don't know that I would love it if it hits the scorecards, because that tells me Gurule probably competed fairly decently, Mm-hmm. Let's hit the chat here real quick.
What's up?
Am I on a hunger strike against the glazing from all these new combat promotions? Not on a hunger strike, but if I do see you glazing, a fighter that's not actually fighting your promotion that showed up to the event, I'm not watching. Sorry. Not gonna.
That's my biggest beef about the PFL, bro, is their production.
Oh,
they will it doesn't matter who it is. Anthony Joshua was in whatever, and they put the camera on him for like fucking 2 minutes. He's like, what's up? What's up? Cool. And then he just keeps looking at the camera like, are you going to stay here? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, Anthony Joshua shows up to your event. Like, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck, right?
Who gives a fuck?
Dude, they do that they do that shit and then they do it multiple times throughout the event. It's like, the PFL producers, obviously with the pacing's getting better, but it's like whoever's in charge of doing that shit, like we get it. You want to show fucking people that your celebrities are here in the fights or whatever. I get it, but like do it quickly. Cool. And then move on.
That's how UFC does it. It's like, okay, in between fights, we'll flash it to fucking some actor that's in the area or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. Like they're there, whatever. But you don't need to have the camera on them. You don't need to like go up and ask them questions. Like nobody gives a fuck what their opinion is about the co-main event.
Yeah.
Nobody cares, man.
And they always sound uneducated. Well, I'm here with my buddy. He's more of a fan, but no, the main event's cool. Yeah. I was at a local fight and they had Matt Brown there. He's a Columbus guy. This was years ago. He's still in the UFC. And they had him come in the cage and they gave him the mic, like, say something to the crowd, Matt. And Matt's like, he's a podcast now and stuff, but he's not like the most articulate guy in the world. And he was so impromptu. He was just like, keep training hard. And he didn't even take his fucking dip out of his mouth. And let's go Ohio. And then they're like, they were like, keep talking to him. And he's like, in the middle of the cage, like, what the fuck am I doing here, dude? It's painful.
Trin, the pacing was actually better on their last one, but
their pacing is getting better for sure.
Yeah. And they do need Ken Flo back for sure on PFL.
I don't know if Ken Flo will go back. I'm not going to speak for Kenny, but I
doubt it.
I think that might have been. Yeah, well, I'm not going to speak for him.
All right, another flyweight bout. We got Ode Osbourne coming in at plus 108, taking on Alibi Idris coming in at minus 128. Idris drops the Ultimate Fighter finale to Joseph Morales, gets subbed in round 2 with a triangle choke, snaps his undefeated record. Ode Osbourne, 1-4 in his last 5, 34 years of age. Coming in here with a 5-inch reach advantage, but clearly that reach advantage that he has on a lot of people has not been working out well for him. He needs a win here. He needs a win. He's a dog, not a big one. So another close to the line fight. BP, what do you think here? The veteran, or are we taking a little stab on the Kazakhstani?
Yeah, this is the hardest fight for me to pick. I mean, well, besides the main event, this was tough because Alibi, I was very high on the Ultimate Fighter. Then I watched him fight live against Morales. He gets dropped, he gets put down, he gets submitted. I'm like, that wasn't the guy that I saw. Ode Osbourne's a really good first round fighter. Like he will jump on you. That little Mexican kid that he almost put out in the first round at Sphere or whatever. Like, he can crack in the first round. His takedown defense is pretty good. I think it's hanging at like 73%. Currently in the UFC. So this is puzzling me because I think Ode could clip Alibi, but I also think Alibi's good. I think maybe it's just an off night against Morales. Morales is also very good. I'm gonna go Alibi here. I'm not gonna overthink it. This is a fight that you can overthink. I know Ode is gonna be picked for a lot of people. The veteran, he can crack plus money. I get it. But Alibi, again, I think has maybe the grappling advantage. His striking is a little wild. He leaves himself open. His chin is fucking there to be hit. Ode is a good counterpuncher. But if Alibi can't get this fight to the ground, it's going to be problems for him because I think Ode can take over. But the problem with Ode is you never see him fight a complete fight, right?
Yeah,
it's never really good 3 rounds. There's always a slip up. There's always a round where so it's really hard for me to get my money on Ode because I'm scared of it. So I'm going to go Alibi. I think Alibi is going to maybe out-grapple him here. I think he's got the advantage on the ground if he can get it there. And then, but we'll see. But don't count on Ode. I don't have a very fucking strong lean on this fight. That's why I'm kind of going back and forth. But my pick is Alibi.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me.
Actually, I want to get your opinion on it.
Yeah.
So I made my early picks video. And I was like, Ode Osbourne could beat anyone on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody in the comments made a comparison. And they said, Ode Osbourne's the flyweight Michael Johnson. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're fucking right, dude. He is.
I get the comparison. I just think Michael Johnson, he's just been around for so long, right?
Well, yeah, but like obviously,
you know what I mean. Like you're right. I think Ode could put anybody out, and he could have a he could. If I think it's a mental thing, I think skills are there. I think it's something here in the fight. But I mean, Michael Johnson knocked out Dustin Poirier, bro. You know what I mean? That's like that's crazy, you know. But no, I mean, I get the comparison for sure. I wouldn't go that far, but I get the comparison. And you're right. I think Ode at flyweight. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, listen, he's 1-4 in his last 5. There's reasons not cut. The UFC knows what they have. They know a guy that can win and be exciting. You know, that's why they're not cutting him. And he's a good benchmark for these flyweights. If Alibi can't get through, because here's the hard truth: the fucking UFC doesn't want to be the PFL. They don't want to have all these Eastern European, Russian guys on their roster that dominates, and they're all going to be champions. So if Alibi goes out there and gets fucking slept by Ode, he's gone. They're going to cut him 2 in a row. You're gone, bro. You know what I mean? But he does have close ties with Daniel Cormier, so we don't know. I get the comparison.
Yeah, I mean, he's ugly record, right? Ugly record, but when he fights some of these guys, like he just went very close fight with Steve Erceg, man.
Very close.
Steve Erceg nearly beat Pantoja, and he had him on skates in round 1. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, he had him on skates in round 1, but what did he do after that?
Yeah.
Lost.
That's what I mean. It's great round 1. Steve became a wrestler. He didn't want to fucking fight with Ode. Yeah. Round 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Idris, I don't know what Idris really is, man. I'm not really like super sold on him.
Yeah.
I don't know that stylistically he's going to be able to take advantage of Osbourne's weaknesses, which is his takedown defense and his grappling. Mm-hmm. And I actually think Ode's grappling has kind of improved. Sure. He got taken down and submitted by Almabayev. Then he got taken down and submitted by Filio. But then he grappled with Ronaldo Rodriguez, nearly had him submitted in that triangle choke after he dropped him. Then he gets taken down in round 2 and kind of gets worked, but then battled through it. He almost got TKO'd in round 2 against Rodriguez, but then he found a scramble, ended up on top, but then he didn't really do anything with it on top. I think Ode's alive to find another early finish, but as the fight goes on, I'm not really sure how he's going to look. But the thing with Idris is like, he did not look good in any facet against Joseph Morales. Morales just steamrolled him. And I know he got the round 2 sub, but if you watch the fight back, he had a fully locked in rear naked choke at the end of round 1 with like a couple seconds left. He would have had a rear naked choke in round 1. And Ode Osbourne's just fought a much higher level of competition. So who's to say like
resume on Ode is good. Regardless wins or losses, he's been in there.
Wins or losses. I mean, he's not really beaten like the greatest fighters. He won a split against Charles Johnson, but he's losing to Manel Cobb. The Tyson Nam knockout, Tyson Nam actually hasn't lost a fight since actually
one in the hardest hitting flyweights around too.
He actually just lost at the end of December. Damn. He was on like a 4-fight winning streak after he got cut by the UFC and then he lost. But I mean, Almabayev's a top 15 guy. Jafal Filio, in my eyes, is a top 15 guy. The Ronaldo Rodriguez fight wasn't the best look, but I just don't really think Osbourne's out of any fight. I think he can find an early finish here. And if you like Osbourne, I'd probably take him within the first 2 rounds. And that's sitting at like plus 330.
Not bad.
That's probably how I would play it. I don't really want anything with Idris until he shows me something on a UFC level. He's fighting over in Neza FC or whatever, which is like a Kazakhstani promotion. It's like, that's cool. And he's on the Ultimate Fighter too. And honestly, just anybody out of the Ultimate Fighter nowadays is just not really.
The Contender Series crippled it. Yeah. Where are they getting these guys from? Yeah.
It's like
Morales is good, but he was already in the UFC prior.
He was already in the UFC. It's like a second chance. But if you're signing up for the Ultimate Fighter, like UFC is not that interested in you, right? Like they're like, okay, you got to prove it. And then it's like, okay, you're going against a bunch of other guys that it's like, okay, you got to prove it. But
because before the Contender Series, pretty much, unless you were a complete fucking bum, everyone from the Ultimate Fighter, even if you won or not, made the roster, right? They used to put the whole cast on the finale, right? Now it's like, you win, cool, You make the finale, you might not even get a shot in the UFC if you make the finale, right? Yeah, Contender Series is kind of crippled that. I mean, Dana has so much loyalty to that show because it launched so much for the UFC, but I think it might be time to go bury in the backyard.
Yeah,
put her down.
Might be time.
Yeah.
Ode Osbourne for me, from a straight pick perspective, but close fight. All right, feature prelim. We got another fight that's very closely lined. We got Chidi and Jokawani coming in at plus 100, taking on Carlos Leal, minus 120. Leal coming off a brutal KO loss, the first KO loss of his career to Muslim Salikov, hit with that straight right and just folded in Abu Dhabi against all the odds. Muslim Salikov pulled it off, man. Pulled it off. He was a huge dog, and he fucking knocked him out. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Chidi, on the other hand, coming off the loss to Jake Matthews, round 1 submission loss. He is usually going to be the taller and longer guy, and he is here in this matchup. 80-inch reach, so 6-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage, but 6 years older for Chidi Bang Bang. What do you think here, BP?
I think there's 314 people watching us live right now, and if I meet you 314 people in person, 321 now, you're getting a fucking hug. Okay, I'm a big boy. I'll hug the shit out of you. I love everything. Hit that subscribe button to either of our channels and fucking throw us a like. Carlos Leal, last year on the Anakin Florian Main Event Challenge, buried me. Cody Steele was I put $3,000 on Cody Steele. He lost. I think I put damn near most of it on Leal over Muslim Salikov, and I buried Salikov my breakdown. This guy's old. This guy can just spin, and he fucking sleeps this alleged steroid monster. I mean, look at the picture. He's got acne on his front.
Yeah.
Right now, he's on his back, got in the front.
Chesty.
He kind of came a little bit out of nowhere in the PFL. I remember seeing him in the PFL, and he was kind of an underdog. He started winning, and he started getting better. And he's fought guys similar to Chidi. The size, he's lost to Sadabusi twice, who is a long, tall striker like Chidi. But both those fights were fairly close. I think Leal obviously is a big power guy. The knockout over Muslim scares me a little bit. It was early, but he's only 31, so I don't think the chin's gone. I think he just got caught, right? I think he got over eager, got confident, got caught. Chidi's really good in the clinch. The knee knockout that he had a fight or two ago was phenomenal. Chidi's takedown defense is getting better. 170 is a good weight class. Every time he makes that weight, it shocks me because he's a thin guy, but 6'3" going to 170 is pretty tough. And he's pretty lean and jacked as well. This is a tough fight. Another really, really tough fight. I'm going to lean Leal, though. I just think Leal has more aggression and maybe has a little bit better ground game if we're going to see it. I don't think he wants to stand up for 3 rounds with Chidi. Chidi's kicks are good. His power's good from his hands. He's really nasty in the clinch. I think Leal's going to throw some bombs, close the distance to try to get the fight to the ground, try to finish him on the ground. Easier said than done, but I like Leal here. I like Leal. I'm not overly confident in this fight as well. The knockout over Muslim Salikov has me shaking in my boots, and I've been wrong on Chidi quite a bit. I've backed him. I've been off him. It's just a guy I can't get right. So I will bet this because I love the fight. I think it's going to be pure violence. So as a fan and as a gambler, I'm good at bet. And my bet's going to be Leal since he's minus 120 and he's low. I don't know if I'm going to get to the knockout prop or not. Maybe a decision prop. But give me Carlos Leal minus 120, and we'll figure out the prop later in the week. But I like Leal here. But this is a tough one, man.
Wow.
This is a tough fight.
Going back to Leal after he just rinsed him last time.
I'm not going to rush to conclusions. If he was older, then I'd be like, he's cooked. He's a corpse, right? But 31, probably still taking that fucking gas. You know what I mean? Allegedly.
Probably.
I think we're going to see an angry guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure how he's going to approach this one because against Sadabusi in the PFL, similar frame to Njokawani.
Yeah.
They had a rematch and he tried to grapple him. And he didn't really have success with that.
Right.
Is he going to try to grapple Chidi? Maybe, but is he going to have success with it? I'm not sure because I don't really think his wrestling is that great.
No.
I don't think his BJJ is that great. But Chidi, if you wrestle Chidi, you can beat him. You can definitely beat Chidi if you grapple him. But the problem is getting him down. It's tough to get him down because you have to close the distance. And then he might stuff your initial takedown, and then you're in the clinch, and then Chidi's going to beat you up in the clinch with knees and elbows.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
He's nasty in the clinch, bro.
He's nasty. I mean, one of the best clinch guys in the division.
Yeah.
And even just intercepting you when you're closing distance with his knees and stuff. I mean, he caught Zaleski with a knee in the clinch, knocked him out. So, I mean, I think this is a very tough fight to call because both guys, I think, could get finished. But I think early on, Chidi's probably going to be more alive to catch a finish in round one.
Yeah.
And then as the fight progresses, I think Leal, if he is pressuring and if he is putting on that pace, it's going to get to Chidi. So it kind of just comes down to, can Leal eat the shots early on? Can he eat the shots to the body, to the legs, to the head early on to then wear down Chidi? Because that's exactly what Olashaychuk did. Olashaychuk just said, fuck you, I'm going to walk through all your shit. And he had to eat a lot of shit. I mean, Chidi hit him with a nasty head kick in that fight that like kind of wobbled him. But he's Michal Olashaychuk, man. He just fucking ate it, recovered, and then ultimately before the final bell in the round one, Olashaychuk got him down and just ground and pounded him out, and Chidi fucking wilted. So if Leal can do that, he's gonna melt him. But early on, I think a round one KO for Chidi looks pretty decent at plus 400.
Chat's all over Chidi. This is a fight that's good. I think people are obviously gonna be split on, even though the chat believes in Chidi. Chidi goes the distance. That's
hell of a call.
But someone's going to be proven really smart in this fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's going to be a capper online that's going to show a ticket and be like, dude, fucking Chidi for $2 million. I told you. You know what I mean? Like, someone's going to do it. I don't know. I couldn't write off Leal. I just couldn't do it. And again, I'm constantly wrong on Chidi, so maybe fade me in this spot. You know, most people probably were like, I'm fading this guy anyway. I don't know. There's just something about Leal that I'm not ready to give up on yet.
Yeah. If I'm going to bet this fight, I haven't bet on it yet, but if I'm going to bet this fight, I would probably go Chidi round one, KO at plus 400, and then play it live after that. And then we'll just see what it's looking like. Because I feel like if Leal survives round one and he's putting pressure on, he's going to make him wilt. Kind of like RoboCop did it well. Yeah. He took that knee to the dome, split open his eyebrow, and then round two just kept with the pressure, and Chidi melted. So
that fucking cut on RoboCop, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was a vagina.
How the fuck did he?
He had a pussy on his fucking head, bro. It was. How did they not stop it? I mean, I'm glad they didn't, because it was a comeback and RoboCop proved that he's the badass. But dude, you could see you could see his thoughts, not just his skull, his fucking thoughts, bro. Crazy cut, crazy they didn't stop it. But you know, what are we gonna do? You know, good comeback, great. Glad they didn't.
He could just be having some skin breakouts, man. Who knows?
I mean, listen, so they don't use SOD anymore, but apparently they do have whatever drug testing they do have. From what I understand, from what I've listened to podcasts, the science for steroids will always be ahead of the testing. That's what these guys have said. True. Like the one guy who was, you know, he supplied the Olympians years ago with drugs. Forget his name. He was the one that said that. He's like, there's so much shit out there and it's constantly getting better. So he's on that special gas allegedly. Yeah, his Tapology picture, KZMMA, bro, that's scary. Look at his face, dude. Yeah, that's got to be the face he makes when he comes, right? Just fucking over his chick like, she's like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, guy, calm down.
Fucking yoked, man.
Yeah,
so yoked. All right, before we get into the main card, I got to give a shout out and a big announcement as well. 3PC, 3-Punch Combo, is having a massive contest giveaway starting on UFC Houston. If you pick every single fight correct on the card, you will win $1,000, no questions asked. No questions asked. And it's free to join for everybody. If you want to join for the premium version, you can use code BigJive. You'll get a free month of 3PC premium version, or you can sign up for free right now and just put your fight picks in. For the first time ever, the fight picks are live for free members as well. Get all the picks correct. You win $1,000. It's free. And you'll also get access to the 3PC columns as well. if you're going to sign up with BigJive and get that free month. So you'll get access to the forums as well. As you can see right here, a lot of good stuff going on there. We'll hit this little thought from Ken Flo once we get to the Melquizael Costa fight versus Dan Ige. But Ken Flo's in there. Verna Janjaroba just joined. Big Vern. I could not believe my eyes. I opened 3PC and I see Verna Janjaroba is now officially on 3PC. And I was so hyped because
if she wins her next fight, I will have my hair like her. I'll curl it and I'll do it on the podcast just like her.
And you gotta get her glasses too. You gotta get her glasses.
Yeah, I took my glasses out. They hurt my eyes, but I'll remake everything of her. Get the curl. My wife does hair, so she'll fucking give me a perm or whatever it takes. But no, this contest at 3PC is running. All you have to do is go to 3pc.com, sign up. Don't have to pay. You enter the contest for free, and if you get every fight right, which I plan on doing, boys, you get $1,000. You don't gotta put any money down. That's $1,000 motherfucking dollars.
We also got Dime Jargle, Tumen Dembro in there.
I love that. I love this guy. Yeah. Look at that, dude. He's with a fucking just. Bird.
I mean, these are two great additions. Like these, I love these additions. I mean, we already had we got Steve Garcia, Chase Hooper, Naz, Fatima Klein. I'm probably forgetting a couple more, but Dime Jargle is in there now. And we got
like D. Thomas, Ken Flo, you know, Hayden, me, you know, and I'll be heavily sometimes on fight nights, boys. I do apologize. I'm not super active in the chat. I kind of like zone out with the fights. I'm placing my bets, whatever. I am going to be super active in the chats on 3PC come Saturday night, bringing the old laptop out in the living room, taking the kids and going, go watch fucking Bluey. And we're rocking, babe. We're rocking 3PC all night, Saturday night. Gonna be great. Gonna be fun.
I just made a couple picks. I'm gonna go back and fill them out. But that's how you do it. Get your picks in there. And if you get a full card correct, you're gonna win that $1K.
$1,000, dude.
Link down in the description below. Make sure you're following 3-Punch Convo on IG as well. I want to see someone win that $1,000. All right, somebody's got to do it.
I mean, I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna win it. You know, this haircut right here costs $1,000, so I need a new haircut. You know what I mean? So no, I'm just kidding. No, I plan on doing my best and winning it. And I want to see people win this and realize that 3-Punch Combo is not fucking around. We care about fans. We care about fighters. You pick. You're smart. You get it. You win. I gooned her. Let me see. That's my guy, Romeo Dobstan. I gooned her.
I fucking love her, man.
I mean, listen, there's no other community that's doing this, right? I saw a guy on Twitter who said, hey, if you get these bets right or whatever, you comment, I'll give you $10. That's cool. That's a great thing, right? $10 is $10. 3PC is giving $1,000. If you get them all right, let's go, baby.
$1,000. Let's go, baby.
Big Gun is my spirit animal. I love that, bro. I love that. Thank you, bro.
Love it. W sponsored. Shout out to 3-Punch Combo. All right, we'll keep it moving. On to the main card. Hit the like button for us if you're watching on YouTube. Be greatly appreciated. We got over 300 people in the live, and we only got 61 likes on my YouTube live stream. So we got to get that up to 100 real fucking quick. Otherwise, we're gonna have to close down the show. But we'll move on. Middleweight bout to start off the main card. We got Zachary coming in here against Michel Pereira, coming in on -145. Michel, 3-fight losing streak. Gets his soul taken from Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, goes out there against Abus Magomedov and looks disinterested. And then goes out there against Kyle Daukaus and gets flatlined in round 1. Not a good look for Michel. He's on a skid, but he's taking a pretty steep step down in competition against Zachary, who's 10-2 in his professional career, 4-2 in the UFC, and is coming off a submission win against Jackson McVeigh.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Jackson McVeigh.
Huh?
I mean, BP, come on. Like, I feel like this is the fight of the week. That's kind of like it's either going to look really good or really bad, you know?
Right.
Yeah. You're either going to take your shot on Zach Reese and it's going to pan out well, or you're going to take your shot on Zach Reese and you're going to look like a fucking idiot. Okay. So which one are you picking here, bro?
I mean, listen, this could either be the easiest fight to pick or it's a trap fight, right? Because Zach Reese, he's got decent stand-up. He's got a good triangle off his back, and that's really about it, right? He can wrestle a little bit, right? But Michel Pereira, I mean, this guy is electric. but he's losing, right? I mean, no shame in losing to Hernandez, right? You got beat up for 5 rounds. There was a times where you could have tapped out. You could have just let him get a submission like other fighters do, call it a night. No, you went 5 rounds, and you were mad when they stopped it. That's a dude who's got it. Who's got the heart. Then you go out there and lay a complete egg against Abus Magomedov, and then you get slept by Dawkins, right? You're 32 years old. You have a lot of fights. So I'm worried about the damage. I'm worried about it because 3 fights in a row, he hasn't looked really that good. But the UFC's going, well, we got a star. We got a guy who's electric. He backflips everywhere he goes. He doesn't walk. He just backflips to the fucking cage. And we're going to give him Zachary, a solid guy, a big dude at middleweight, and we'll see what he's got. I think Pereira's got to win this fight. I think he has to. I think this is his career on the line. I think he knows that. I saw videos of him sparring hard with Sean Strickland. Him and Johnny Walker were going at it. He's obviously taking it serious in this camp. So it's Michel Pereira here by knockout. I think it has to be, right? No disrespect to Zach Reese. I think you're a solid fighter, but I just think there's levels. And if Pereira isn't cooked, if he isn't fucking cooked, he wins this fight by knockout. Possibly by decision, even though Zach Reese has been knocked out before. I don't trust his chin. I don't trust his cardio. I think Pereira, and that's the thing with the fucking, with the goddamn, the fight with Hernandez. After the first grappling exchange, he was gassed.
Gas
So
back.
what?
Yeah.
You know this is a main event fight. What did you train for? Now, obviously, there could have been fucking tons of injuries we don't know about, whatever. But I like to see Pereira get a knockout here. I think he's a fun guy for this division. He's entertaining, and we need someone like him in the middleweight. Will he ever touch the title? No, probably not. But he's gonna have some fun fights. And I think he needs to get it done here. If not, see ya. Right? You're cooked.
Yeah.
You're cooked. And so I like Pereira. I like him by knockout. And I think I like it enough to maybe put it in something a little later down the road. We'll get to that, bro. That's a tease.
Let me get your opinion on this.
Yes.
So I put this out on Twitter. I said Michel Pereira looks locked in for his fight on Saturday. I open my IG. I see Michel Pereira's live on Instagram. I check it out. He's playing video games. I think this was like Monday or something. So on Fight Week, he's playing video games, streaming it. What's your take on this? Some people will say like they're fighters. They don't need to be training 24/7. Let them have a fight, whatever. And some people will be like, yeah, you mean you're on a 3-fight losing streak. Like you probably shouldn't be streaming video games on Fight Week. What do you think?
Right. Streaming on Fight Week, I think is a little rough. If it wasn't Fight Week, right, I'd be like, okay, this is because I used to play video games. I don't much anymore, and it was a real good escape for me, right? I love playing sports games or whatever, Grand Theft Auto, and this might just be like, listen, dude, I just beat my body up all week. I'm just gonna need an escape, right? But on Fight Week, you would think, maybe you're dialed in, and especially with your current streak going on. I can see the alarm. I did see your tweet. I thought it was very funny. I think I liked it. I don't know if I did or whatever, but I think I did. It's a little concerning. It's better than like seeing a guy at a bar or something or something crazy out with some chicks or whatever.
Well, Jeff Neal.
Yeah, right. That, obviously would be a really bad look, but I'm gonna ignore it just because. Yeah. I got him. I picked him, right? But I'm not going to lie to you. There's some concern, right? I won't lie to you. I'm a little concerned.
Here's my take. All right. And I have kind of 2 takes on this one. My first initial take was not a good look, man. Not a good look. You're on a 3-fight losing streak. You're streaming video games on Fight Week. Not a good look. Personally, I love video games, right? Okay. I used to play video games 8 to 10 hours a day. Wow. When I was in like college. Yeah. But eventually you become a man. And I feel like once you become a man, you should not be playing video games. Like video games are a luxury. And if you're a man that has a family to provide for, or you're trying to like actually do something with your life, you shouldn't be playing video games, especially when your career is in jeopardy. Right. But then kind of thought about it. I'm like, well, it's a huge step down in competition for Michel Pereira. Maybe he just thinks he's going to run through this guy. He's just that confident. I'm just going to play video games this week. I don't even give a fuck. I can run through this guy 8 days of the week, Sure. So I'm not really sure, man. I mean, it could be, in all reality, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. But
here's the thing. Why stream it?
That's
what I play video games. Cool. Don't let anybody know that. I mean, Sean O'Malley's a big video game guy. I'm sure he plays video games during Fight Week. I know Robert Whittaker like travels with his fucking PC to play whatever fucking game he plays, World of Warcraft, whatever the fuck that is.
I mean, we got to
stream it.
We got to remember Cyril Gahn playing video games before John Jones.
Yeah.
And he gets tapped.
Or whatever he played, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, as Gahn's like what, the top like 10 player in FIFA in the world or something like that?
He's really good. Yeah. Like DC apparently was like he used to challenge everyone to Madden or 2K or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously that's something where dudes unwind or whatever. Why stream it, right? I don't think Pereira really speaks the best English too. And I wonder how many fucking people are watching him.
18 people watching on Instagram. Now he's probably got more somewhere else, but
sure, you're just on Instagram. Yeah, just don't stream it. Play it, don't stream it. Especially like if you're on like a 10 fight win streak and you're like, dude, I can fucking beat this guy with my eyes closed. Yeah. You're not, right? He might think that, but you're still 0-3 in your last 3. And the UFC's kind of giving you one here, in my opinion, at least the matchup wise. This is a winnable fight for you. So lock the fuck in.
Yeah, I will agree with Lunatic. So if you're making money from it, as a man, if you're an older man, like you have kids and stuff, if you're making money from it, whatever, I don't care. Like, do your thing.
I know O'Malley used to talk about before he became champion. He made more money. Yeah, Holloway does. Yeah, Holloway does a lot.
Yeah, like if you're making money from it, sure, like go ahead. It's a way that you can connect with fans and stuff and make money from it. But
let me ask you this, Aiden, you're younger than me. When did streaming become, because now it's not video games anymore. It's dudes like on the street. Like we just watched Tiki Gosen knock out whoever that guy was. Like, and that's on like Rampage and it's like on Kick or whatever. And they just walk around filming their lives. Like that became like a fucking thing instead of these dudes playing video games. Like it just evolved. And I'm like, huh? And then these streamers like that one kid, Neon. The little skinny Indian kid or whatever. Yeah. I don't know the guy or whatever. I don't know.
You don't know?
Apparently he has hooked up. I haven't really watched his content, but apparently he's hooked up with some beautiful women. And I'm like, because he's a streamer, like streamers are getting pussy now. And it's like, what? Huh? Yeah. This dude, I show Speeds from Cincinnati though. I know that dude. But yeah, it's just weird. Like I thought these guys played video games. Now they're fucking.
You need more. It's like
everyone wants more.
You get tired of watching just people playing video games. You got to see people doing some crazy shit. But I think that live streaming more is like to get clips like of that guy getting knocked out or
Tiki knocking that dude out. Yeah.
They're just trying to like make clips so they can post it on.
By the way, that dude 100% deserved to get fucking socked. He told Tiki like, I'll smack the shit out of you. Like what?
Yeah,
like, he didn't know Tiki was a former fighter.
He fucking deserved that shit.
And he's this little dude. Plus, like, dude,
he probably knew what he was doing. Like he saw
the clicks.
How viral the first clip went. So and he's like, I'm gonna keep pressing the issues.
And I'm assuming the guy he hit was a streamer. I don't know who he was.
Yeah. Okay. All right, back to the matchup. Michel Pereira at -145 is either gonna look amazing or not. I think he can come out here and just smoke Zach Reese in round 1. I think Zach Reese is a bit of a glass cannon, and his level of competition is absolutely terrible. Like it is awful. I don't know what this guy has on the UFC, but he's getting some of the best matchups I've ever seen. I mean, when was the last time we ever saw somebody beat a guy who was 0-1 in the UFC and then get a matchup like this? Right. Like, come on. Zach Reese is going to decision with Dusko. He's going to decision with Jose Medina.
Brutal.
Like, I know I guess in some facet, it's good to see him go 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like the level of competition is so bad. So, yeah, I got to go with Michel Pereira here.
Yeah.
If he's anything of what he once was. I mean, Zach Reese is the hometown guy, but last time he fought in Texas, he got slam KO by Cody Brundage. So, yeah, we'll see.
I don't know if I would want to fight my hometown. Like, if I think it would be too much pressure.
Yeah,
a million people asking you for tickets and you're in front of your home. I don't think I would. I would rather fight. Like I would rather go fight in Brazil against a Brazilian than fight in Cincinnati. I think.
Well, that's what.
The pressure would kill me.
Eric Lewis said. I mean, he's never won in Houston.
He never won. Chris Weidman, I think, is like 1-6 in New York. Like not just the city, but like his one fight that he won in New York was against fucking Gaslam in Long Island. Like the guy couldn't win in his fucking home state.
Yeah, some people just can't handle the pressure. But
I definitely couldn't. I'd crumble for sure.
If he gets this one done, then I mean, goodbye, Pereira. We'll see you later, bro. You're good. You can keep him moving, but I think Pereira should be able to knock him out. and get it done pretty early here.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on to a welterweight bout. We got Jacoby Smith coming in at -260, taking on Josiah Harrell, the man we were talking about last week before this fight got announced.
Sure was.
We talked about him. We said, keep an eye on him. He's doing good things, coming off a big win, and he's taking a short notice fight here, stepping in at +220. If you didn't know, Josiah Harrell did step in to fight Jack Della Maddalena. I believe it was International Fight Week of 2023. Maybe it was 2024. No, I think it was 2023.
2023, it was.
2023. Yeah, he was stepped in to fight Jack Della Maddalena on short notice because Sean Brady pulled out. He weighed in and everything. Weighed in on Friday morning, made weight, and then they discovered something with his brain. I don't know the exact what it's called. But then the fight was off. He had to go get it figured out. And now, nearly 3 years later, he's getting his chance in the UFC after he's picked up more wins. He's still undefeated. We got 11-0 versus 11-0. Somebody's O has got to go. Who are you going here with, BP?
This is my Ohio guy. That's so crazy. He was going to debut against Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah.
Had that brain problem. Had surgery. Took about a year, almost 2 years off of fighting because he had brain surgery. You got to wait for that shit to heal. Got clearance, and he's been making his rounds in Ohio Combat, which is a local promotion that's here. I've seen him fight 3 times live. I saw him beat up old Melvin Gillard. And then his last fight, which I called the guy Russian. A lot of people corrected me. He's from Kyrgyzstan. Yes. But that dude's a big dude and a solid fighter. And he was taking Josiah down in those early rounds, but Josiah kept getting back up, and he's a strong dude, smaller guy for 170, but strong, and made that guy's a living hell. And the dude gassed out, and Josiah got the finish. That's kind of what he does, with people. And Jacoby Smith, his last fight out against Nico Price, looked a little tired. Yes, he got the finish over Nico, but he wrestled a lot and looked tired. He looks in phenomenal shape. He's a great prospect. His wrestling chops are unreal. This is a tough fight for Harold here in the UFC. I'm glad he got a shot. I'm glad he doesn't have to go through the Contender Series. Regardless of what side you're on, I think he'll keep it close, right? Obviously, I'm going Harold here. He's a hometown boy. I'm a homer here. I think if he stops the takedowns of Smith, it's going to be a problem. If he wears Smith out, if Smith starts getting tired, Harold has some power, has some good striking. He will clip Smith. Smith's striking to me is very pushy. Yes, he's got that knockout win, but it's very pushy. It's still very elementary, if I could say. Wrestling chops, top notch. Submission chops, pretty good. I don't think he's going to submit Harold. I think he can take Harold down, but it's Harold getting back up. That's going to be the issue for Smith. I would love to see Jacoby Smith fight 3 rounds, be able to take this guy down every round, cardio and shape. We got a problem at 170 then, right? Because his wrestling, his athleticism that good. It's going to be a problem. I think Harold's is better than people maybe give him credit for, or they know, because he doesn't really have that many big wins on his record. I mean, Melvin Gillard, that's not a big win. That's a big name. That's not a big win. But the Kyrgyzstan that he fought last, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, was a good win. And I think this kid's legit. 11-0, 27, trains with some killers in Columbus, and he travels Ohio as well. +220, I'm taking him. Obviously, complete bias here for me. Yeah. Jacoby Smith's a stud, but you're giving me +220. I thought the number might be a little higher. They're giving him a little bit of respect, which I love. I like Josiah out here for sure.
Love for the dog.
Loving the dog, babe.
For the muscle hamster.
Yeah.
Russ bringing it up, the muscle hamster. And I think it's a great nickname as well, because you might not remember this guy, BP, but years ago, I was probably 12, 13 years old.
Are we talking about, did he play in the NFL?
The OG muscle hamster.
Yeah, Doug Martin, bro.
Doug Martin. Rest in peace. Yeah. He actually passed away last year.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Rest in peace, sure Doug Martin. I was obsessed with Doug Martin, dude. The muscle hamster he was on my fantasy team. He was ripping off like 200-yard games. It was awesome. Loved the muscle hamster. Rest in peace, Doug Martin.
R.I.P.
But Josiah Harrell, the muscle hamster as well. I mean, at 5'7", you better be the muscle hamster, right? At welterweight, man. The guy's short, but he is a ball of muscle, and he is very skilled as well. And I gotta say, very impressed with just the way that he fights. This is a tough test, though. Jacoby Smith is obviously the guy with more accolades, Oklahoma State All-American wrestler. trained. He's been training a little bit with DC.
Yeah.
He's a Fortis MMA guy, but he's been training at Rangers MMA, I believe. So, I mean, he's kind of gone back and forth, trains with Nick Piccinini, who's also an Oklahoma State All-American wrestler. So I think early on, Jacoby Smith, super live to find a finish. He's an explosive athlete, one of these athletes in MMA that I think is at an elite level. Like, he is the 1% of athletes in MMA. But after round one, he is not the same fighter. Not the same fighter in any facet. And
bro, he slowed bad against Nico.
He slowed bad against Nico. He slowed against Savoye in that contender series fight.
Yeah.
Granted, he did still find the round 2 finish in both of those fights. So, I mean, he can battle through fatigue. But I feel like if you put him up against a guy that is going to give him resistance in those round 2 and round 3, then I don't know what's going to happen, man. Like, I think Josiah Harrell is kind of a guy that cooks people as the fight progresses. Very good at scrambling, very heavy on top. I mean, and he's constantly putting you in positions. If you get out of the position, he's floating to the next position. He's landing damage on the ground, on the feet. I don't think Harrell's a very good striker. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not terrible, but, it's serviceable. But he doesn't really hang out on the feet too much. If this fight does get into round 2 and 3, I think Harrell's going to be very live. But he's got to survive round 1. Jacoby, he can take down anybody. He's definitely going to be able to take down Josiah in round 1.
For sure.
And on the feet, I think Jacoby's the more dangerous striker. So I think you'd look to play Harrell after round 1 because you'll probably get something better than plus 220. Because I don't see a world where Jacoby Smith doesn't do well in round 1. And maybe he could finish him. But if he doesn't, I think Harrell's definitely live. As a pick, I think I'm going to take Jacoby. I picked Jacoby. Yeah. I don't know that he should be this big of a favorite, though, because of those cardio concerns and the way that I think Josiah is good enough to survive. And Jacoby's still somewhat green in MMA. He's a great wrestler, but it's not like he's some great submission artist on the ground. I don't know that he's going to be able to hold down Josiah to where he can just land big ground and pound shots early on in this fight. So I kind of feel like he does survive round 1, and then we'll see what happens. But if they're on the feet, he could definitely hurt Josiah, and having a brain injury is not exactly the best thing for him.
No, right. Hopefully the brain injury got cleared up. He took some shots in his last fight. If you are a prop player, if you're one of the guys that like to play like Civic Strikes Landed, Jacoby Smith, whatever his takedown prop is, if they have it at 2 over, whatever, he's going to get 2, I think, in the first round, because Harrell takedown offense is good, but his get up game is better. He'll get up. Smith will take him down. And Smith is this classic wrestler where they'll take guys down, but they don't know how to hold him down quite yet. Yes, his jiu-jitsu is good when he takes your back, but holding a guy down in his guard and Harold's shrimping out, getting his hips out, working the cage, whatever, he's going to get up. So I like Jacoby Smith over whatever the takedown they have listed at. They usually do like 2.5 or something like that. I think that's right there. But again, I'm going to go with my guy. There was a guy in the chat. He called me Ben. My name's Brian. Nice to meet you, Ron Locke. It's Brian, not Ben. Thank you.
Ben.
There's scroll down a little bit more. He says, wow, Ben's take. Yeah. Hope you're right, Ben. I like Harold. My name's Brian. Nice to meet you. That's Brian with an I. I don't spell with a Y because I'm a fucking man. By the way, that was like a big contentious thing my whole life. Like really? There was a movie where I'm going off track, but the girl was like, oh, how does he spell his name? They're like, oh, Brian with a Y. And they're like, oh, the hot way. And I remember looking at my mom, was like, you couldn't throw the Y in there? You had to fucking go Y? But yeah, dude, thank you, Henry. It's 3.5 takedown. I think he'll get that within the first 2 rounds, maybe even the first round, because Harold's really good at getting up. So I like that prop for people out there playing the prop. But yeah, this could be a competitive fight. I think this is going to show how good Jacoby Smith really is, because he's a blue chip prospect for sure. And guys look really good on paper, and they obviously look good in the training room. We'll see how he looks in the cage. He's looked good so far.
Dixon's
my government is Brian too. Nice, dude. With an eye.
Wow.
Let's go, baby. It's a big day when Dixon Sider's airing out his fucking government. Yeah.
Getting a little bit out of him. Hey, Job, is Smith training with DC? I think he trained a little bit with DC. I'm not sure how much for this camp, though. They told him not to go apeshit in round 1 to death gas. Well, not really sure, man.
Yeah, because DC's been in like Thailand. He's been traveling. And
Yeah,
I don't think he's maybe worked with Smith much as camp. I think this is all him in Texas.
Going big time, baby. Let's go. Big drive to the moon.
Let's do it.
Keep moving. We got some heavyweights. Sergey Spivak coming in at plus 125, and Ante Delia comes back at minus 145. Sergey coming off a loss to Waldo Cortez Acosta, as is Ante Delia. The difference is Ante Delia got knocked out, and Sergey Spivak lost by decision. Now, Delia got knocked out, what was that, November? So it's been 3 to 4 months since then. And we all know what happened in that fight. Do we need to go over it? We'll briefly touch on it. All right. There was a questionable eye poke where it looked like it was a KO win for Delia, and then they called it an eye poke, and then they restarted the fight, which looked like the fight had been called off, and Delia gets cold cocked within the first 20 seconds after they restarted. He had a big adrenaline dump, and the fight gets concludes with a Waldo Cortez Acosta KO. So now he's trying to bounce back after that, and he's got another guy here in Spivak who has been KO'd 4 times. He has crumbled in a few situations, but Spivak, we know if he can get you to the ground, and then things are going to start looking his way.
Mm-hmm.
So the question here is, can Delia keep this fight on the feet? Or actually, I think the better question is, can Spivak get him to the ground before he gets knocked out? I think that's probably the better question.
Yeah.
What do you think here, BP? Does Spivak get this fight to the ground, or does Delia find another KO?
I think Spivak's soft, bro. The guy can't take it. You know what I mean? I think he's good when he gets it to the ground, but he's so soft. For a guy I think he's Moldovan, right? From that hardened country. He's just fucking baby soft, I think, right? And I think Delia is athletic. I think he's an athletic guy. I think he's got good striking. He's got 16 KOs. Obviously, guy knows how to put you out. He's pretty well rounded. As long as he stop these takedowns with Spivak, I think he gets him out of there within 2. I think Delia by knockout is probably the way you play it here. Minus 145 doesn't scare me at all. Good parlay piece if you really believe in it. Heavyweight obviously can go either way. Spivak is good on the ground. He takes you down. He's got a good top game. You know, you see that 8-0 sub record right there. You know, he's got some ways to win. He's got some good chokes. He's got a good Kimura, good arm bar. He's hit all those, right? So he's obviously good on the ground. But I think if Delia stops it, I think this is going to be easy for him here. I think he's a guy that 35 years of age, which is basically like 20 in heavyweight. I think he's a guy that's a good name in heavyweight. I think Spivak is never going to touch the gold. He's never going to even fight for a title. I think Delia, not saying he can fight for a title, but I think Delia can maybe make his way there with some really good wins. And that starts by knocking out Spivak here, which I'm going to take. I like Delia by knockout.
Yeah, if I had to predict it, I would go Delia round 1 KO, because I really feel like if he's going to get this one done, he's going to march across the cage, and he's going to be a lot faster than Spivak. His hands are a lot faster, and he's probably going to clip him, and Spivak's probably going to crumble. But I also wouldn't mind, taking some shots on Spivak, because if he does get him,
game's good, bro.
Yeah, if he does get him to the ground, like I don't really know what Delia looks like off his back, and Spivak, probably one of the better grapplers in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And unlike Jelton Almeida, who will actually go for that finish real fucking quick, I mean, he can submit you, he can ground and pound you. And I don't know what Delia looks like off his back, man. There's not really a lot of tape of him getting taken down and having to fight through positions. Usually, if there is grappling, he's the one that's grappling. And if you get into that clinch with Spivak, I mean, his judo is so damn good that you're going to go for a ride. The problem is, if you do stay at range, Spivak's striking honestly isn't terrible. It's just not very intimidating, man. He's got a decent jab. He was able to strike with Waldo. He was able to strike with him, but he couldn't really match Waldo's output. He's not as accurate, and Waldo wasn't really sitting down on his shots. I feel like Delia's gonna. He always does. He always comes out hot, always sits down on the shots, really tries to get you out of there quick. So I feel like Delia's going to come with that round 1, find a round 1 KO, and probably get him out of there. But if anyone's looking to take Spivak, I would take him by finish as well. Because, I mean, Delia's been finished more than Spivak's. Got more professional fights, but he can be hurt and he can be subbed as well. And I don't think
both these guys don't like being nails.
Yeah, I don't think he's really faced any grapplers that are on the level of Spivak. So it's an interesting fight, but I do think Leal probably gets it done. Round 1 KO. Both of them are quitters, low key. Kind of agree, man. Kind of agree.
Don't disagree with that.
Whoever covers up more and don't have the urgency, yeah. Delia. You pronounce it right, Jive? Actually, I think it's Delia. I think it's Delia. I've been saying Delia, but I think it's Delia.
That J throws you off. Why is there a J in there, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is he, Croatian?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, we'll keep moving. Featherweight bout, we got Dan 50K.
50K.
Maybe moving to 100K. After this fight. Coming in at plus 180, taking on Melquizael Costa, sitting at minus 210. Melky coming off a round 1 head kick KO. That was so loud in the arena. I was there at the Apex. It was so loud. I think the loudest noise I've ever heard watching a fight. And right in front of me was Morgan Charrier's family, and his mom was bawling.
That's tough.
She put the sunglasses on, and she was just sitting there wiping her eyes. And I'm like, I'm sitting there with a busted parlay with Morgan Charrier. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, what are you doing? She's just fucking falling. But yeah, I mean, the Melky's on a nice streak, 5-0 in his last 5. Gotten a few submissions, and then finally gets his first KO in the UFC in extremely impressive fashion. Dan Ige, on the other hand, coming off the loss to Patricio Pitbull at 34 years of age. He's 2-3 in his last 5, and honestly, his level of competition is just levels above what Melky Costa has been facing. So you can understand why he's taken some losses, but he was a big favorite in his last fight against Patricio Pitbull, around minus 220. So I know a lot of people probably had him in their parlays, and they're pretty pissed at Dan Ige. So interesting fight here. We got a guy taking a step down and a guy taking a step up. Which one are you going to go with here, BP?
So people who watched my old show, MMA Takes Podcast, they know that I got a bit of an issue with Melky Costa. I've never picked him, right? Never picked him once, right? I picked against him. I always thought maybe he was just average. I Am Saturday, shout out Joe, gives me shit for all the time, right? He says, buddy, you got to take this guy. This guy's good. And I always say, listen, I backed myself into a corner. I'm not picking him ever, right? I got to get my money back because I've lost so much money on him. After the Charrier fight, which I was heavy on Charrier, I'm like, you know what? I gotta reevaluate my thing. I gotta go back on. I don't go back on my word often, but I gotta do it because Melky Costa, this guy likes to create chaos, right? That head kick was beautiful. He set it up. I mean, Shari did everything right. He had his hand there, just fucking caught him. He's a wild man. This dude is wild. He goes in there. He likes to fight. He wants to scramble on the ground. He wants to scrap on the feet. I love that, and I love the fact that he's getting better and he's fighting often. And minus 210, I love it. Dan Ige fought like a bomb. He was scared. He was seeing ghosts. He was shivering against a wash Patricio Pitbull. Right? Like Dan Ige went in there. He's the guy that fight Diego Lopez on 2 hours notice. This fearless man, he went in there against a washed Pitbull, got clipped and dropped in the first round, and was shaking, wouldn't exchange and do nothing, right? That's how I think Dan Ige is going to fight here. I think Melky's going to be too all over him, too everywhere. Dan Ige is tough as shit. He's not going to get knocked out. He's not going to get finished. The guy, look, you saw right there, 17 fights have gone to a decision. He's going to get decision here by Melky Costa. I think Melky Costa is going to be better everywhere. I think the striking is going to be Dan Ige counters really well, has good boxing. I think Melky Costa has better kicks. And on the grappling side, I know Dan Ige is labeled as a black belt, but really is he a black belt? I think Melky Costa has better scrambling. He's longer, and I think he's going to be a little bit more stronger in that positions as well. I like Melky Costa. I like Melky Costa by decision. If he finishes Dan Ige, forget about it. I was going to say I dye my hair. He used to rock blonde. I believe I saw a Fight Week photo of him, and it's like blue and green. Guys, I work for a living. I can't do blue or green. If he was rocking blonde, I'd dye it blonde, but I can't do blue or green. But I like Melky Costa a lot in this spot here. I've done a complete 180 on him. But then again, I'm kind of also seeing if I'm cursed, right?
Yeah.
Because I've never picked him, and now I picked him, and he's a favorite. And if he loses, then I'm a fucking curse. And I need to go like to an Indian burial ground and ask for forgiveness for whatever the fuck I've done. Okay. But for right now, Melky Costa, book it.
Bernardo Perez says he seems like a fun and all-around guy, chill and funny. I mean, I've been to his last 2 fights, both at the Apex. First one, his walkout song was one of those like high-pitched, like nobody knows what the fuck they're saying. And it worked. He won.
Melky.
Second one, he came out to Hakuna Matata. And it was actually a vibe, dude. Everyone in the Apex was vibing. And he just looked relaxed. He looked like he was just a regular day at the office. So yeah, I mean, I think he's got a lot of confidence. He's coming in here and looking to make a great performance out of a big opportunity. My question is, level of competition's pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna bring that up.
You know what, DP? There's a reason you haven't been picking him, right? You haven't been sold on what Melquizael Costa brings to the cage. You haven't been sold. You picked, let's just think about this. You picked Andre Fili against him, right?
Yes.
You picked Christian Rodriguez against him.
Did
you pick Juliana Rosa against him?
Yes. I'm a Juicy J guy. I thought Juicy
was
like because Melky, a couple of fights before that, got knocked out. I'm like, oh, he's chinny. Juicy's gonna jump all over him, right?
Juicy's even more chinny, but
yeah, Juicy. Juicy's got a little.
I love Juicy J. He's one of my favorite like unranked fighters. But
Juicy.
You pick Juliana Rosa against him, and then you pick Morgan Charrier against him.
I like Morgan Charrier. I still think he's a talented dude. Yeah, I was confident in that play as well.
And what happened in that fight, right? He landed a nasty head kick KO. Brutal. And now you're bought in?
Yeah. I've been bullied. I've been bullied into it.
Him submitting Andre Fili.
Yeah.
It didn't do it for you. Him winning a decision against Rodriguez didn't do it for you.
No.
Him winning a decision against Erosa didn't do it for you.
No.
But now all of a sudden that he landed a head kick that's extremely hard to replicate. Yep. Now you're bought in.
Sure am. And I've never once caved to peer pressure in my life. This is a peer pressure. I mean, I got bullied online by him Saturday, Joe. He said, what are you doing? Like, he'll text me and be like, you better be betting Costa. You better be picking Costa, bro. He bullied me. He bullied me into it. I've never been bullied a day in my life, and this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. And I don't like it, but here I am.
I think this is the spot where you have to plug your nose and you got to take a shot on Dan Ige.
Wow.
You got to take a shot, dude. I mean, we're talking about Dan Ige fighting Mozar Evloev, Marone Murphy, Diego Lopez on 4 hours notice. And just because he lost a decision,
dude, he shit his pants. He was shitting down his leg against a 40-year-old pit bull, dude. He afraid. He fought scared, right?
I'm going to tell you right now, Pitbull would beat Melky Costa, bro. I know. That's the thing. Everyone was saying, gotta watch out for Pitbull. He's the Bellator GOAT. He comes into the UFC. He loses to Yadier Rodriguez. Now Pitbull sucks. Now Pitbull's not good.
You know what? I wish I could pull up my Twitter. You go to Twitter circa 2015. I've been saying Pitbull sucked for a while. So I've never been a Pitbull guy. But now the fact that he's getting older and he's lost a step as well. And again, Dan Ige, I thought matched up well with Pitbull. I thought, like Dan Ige's got a great chin. Fucking standing there and banging out. He got dropped. He's like, I ain't fighting anymore. Fuck this. 100K, not this fight. So yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like a one-way traffic, though. It wasn't like he got ran through by Pitbull.
Well, because he didn't do anything, right? Neither of them did. It was a very boring fight. Neither of them did anything. But Dan Ige more so didn't do anything once he got clipped.
Well, that's because they're both like kind of counter strikers. They don't really go first,
I feel like you're teeing up for a one-on-one bet between me and you.
Maybe.
I feel like you're teeing it up.
We could do like a shoey bet.
Okay, but yes, but I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what I would shoey out of. You want me to do a fucking full fucking sugar Coke, bro? Out of a shoe, I'll do it.
You gotta do a Diet Coke.
Oh God, I'll throw up.
You gotta do a Diet Coke, and I gotta do a full sugar Coke.
When's the last time you had a full sugar Coke?
Never.
I saw you drinking a Mr. Pibb. Was that a diet Mr. Pibb?
Zero sugar, bro.
Oh, zero sugar.
Zero
Okay, gotcha.
Speaking of, I gotta get another soda, but dude, I mean, I think at worst, this is like a 29-28. Dan Ige loses a decision.
I think it's going to decision for sure.
At worst. And we're talking the Texas judges.
You know what? Hang on a second. Ron in the chat who called me Ben, sorry, but get to it. Sorry, but get the step in, bro. We're having banter here.
Bro.
Right? And why are you capitalizing too many words, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dan Ige gets it done, dude. It's obviously, I mean, he's going to be losing minutes at range, right? Because Melky's a kicker. He kind of spams kicks, man. And it works against, the Austin Lingos of the world. It works against Christian Rodriguez, who's a blown up bantamweight. But I think Dan Ige does pretty well at countering kicks. One thing with Dan Ige was also like his takedown defense has kind of lost him a lot of these fights, right?
Sure.
Melky could mix in some wrestling, sure, but Melky's takedown defense is not any better than Dan Ige's. Melky gets taken down. Melky probably has, better submission grappling on the ground, but I think Dan Ige's live to find a KO. I think he could maybe find a decision as well. Like I said,
I think this is going on the cards. The
Either
over
way.
is the play.
Maybe, but 100K Dan Ige or 100 grand Dan. I think somebody said that
100 grand. That's what should fucking be 100 grand Dan. You kidding me?
100 grand Dan. Russ said it. 100 grand Dan. Yeah, I mean, I think Dan Ige is super live here. Let's check out what Ken Flo said in 3PC.
Kenny.
Is Melquizael Costa a contender? I definitely feel like I've been sleeping on Melky and his potential, but he's been impressive. My initial impression was that he was aggressive and dangerous with his offensive abilities, but lacked the defensive skills at higher levels. I agree, Ken Flo. I don't think that this guy's defensive responsibilities are very good. He's constantly throwing with his chin up in the air. He's getting away with it a little bit, but we'll see how that holds up against Dan Ige at the higher levels to be consistent. But 5 wins in a row against tough competition names, something I can't ignore anymore. It's crazy tough division, but curious to see if other people fight. John Pork says he doesn't think he's a true contender.
Yeah.
Does love him. Think he beats Ige. Yeah, I don't see him being a top 5 guy by any means. I'd like to say yes.
I mean, I don't think so either, but again, I got bullied into it.
Yeah.
He's a guy that has surprised me, right? He has definitely surprised me. He's very memorable because of the hair, because of the vitiligo, what he has with the skin. He reminds me of Scott Jorgensen from back in the WC days. So he is very memorable, and he's an exciting fighter as well. But yeah, I've been on the wrong side of the tracks, bro. I'm finally trying to get on the right side. Yeah. By the way, the reason I'm so upset with Dan Ige is I do think it was an absolute piss poor performance by both guys. But I picked Ige in that fight against Pitbull, and he fucking didn't fight for my money.
Right. Dean says he's been training with or sparring with heavyweights.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think
that seems like a bad idea, dude.
That's stupid, honestly. Why would you
45-pounder?
A lot of differing opinions. A lot of people think he could potentially be top 5, but I think this is a good test. This is a great test, honestly. If you can get past Dan Ige, then definitely we're gonna have to check it out. But good thread there from Ken Flo. Thank you everybody for your input on that. It's an interesting fight. I would say maybe the most interesting fight on the card, just because Melky could be something and Dan Ige is the test. He's kind of like the Neil Magny test, but with a little bit more consequences,
Yeah, Neil's not going to finish. Well, Neil can finish you if he gets you tired, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right, BP. I got to go grab another soda.
Go ahead, bud. I'll entertain the masses.
Can you highlight the chat or no?
Let me see if I can. Since now, here we go. Yeah, I can.
There you go. Talk to the chat. We'll be right back.
If I decide to pick the whole card, I'll be doing a coin flip on this fight. Yeah, it's weird that it is a coin flip fight and Ige's still plus 180, right? I picked Costa and I'm betting Costa. At the end of the show, you're going to see that I'm going pretty heavy on Costa. However, it's pretty surprising that Dan Ige is plus 180 when a lot of people think this could be a coin flip fight. So you're getting value on Dan Ige at plus 180 without a doubt. I think that if I'm telling people to bet, that's probably the smarter bet. Again, I got bullied, and I want you to go tweet at my bully. I am Saturday on Twitter. His name's Joe. He's from Massachusetts, and he bullied me. So let's go. I'm joking. Joe's the best, but he did bully me in this. He is giving me shit. So again, we're trying to see if the fucking curse is real. What is that? Cherry? Is that full blooded?
Zero sugar.
Zero
cherry
sugar.
Coke.
There you go.
Zero sugar cherry Coke. Reload.
Peanut butter says insane reload. People do not like our drink choices here. Shout out UPS. What Brown can do for you. Yes, sir. I got a hug from an older lady today.
Those are the best.
She was taking care of someone in her family. I didn't get the full story, but she had 15 dialysis bags or 15 boxes full of dialysis bags delivered. And typically UPS, we're not allowed going in people's homes or whatever. She wanted me to go in her garage and stack them a certain way, and I did. And she was 75 years old. And they're fucking 40 pounds each. She can't do that.
Yeah.
And she gave me a big hug and said I was the best. So I'm riding high on that. Riding high on that.
Nice. Reload the diet soda. Reload on the Zin. And we will keep this baby moving.
Co-main event. Here we go. Thick of it, babe.
Co-main, main, and then we got the segments at the end.
Yes,
Don't miss them. Like the fucking stream for us, all right? Co-main event. We got welterweight bout here. We got Jeff Neal coming in at minus 205, taking on Uros Medic. Medic coming in off a big round 1 KO against Muslim Salikov. Before that, another KO against Gilbert Urbina. The guy is dangerous. The guy's never been to a decision. He is kill or be killed. Some people can say that they are a kill or be killed fighter, but rarely does their record actually reflect that Uros Medic could say he is. Jeff Neal coming off a round 1 KO loss to Carlos Prates. His first KO loss in the UFC. He's coming in here trying to defend his spot in the rankings against the surging contender. The hometown man, Jeff Neal, recently said he's done with the alcohol.
Done with
He is sober. He is sober.
Done.
All right, at 35 years of age. Apparently, this guy has been an alcoholic for the last 5 years.
He even admitted doing some other shit too.
Well, yeah,
alcohol was his main issue, but
some real bad stuff. Some stuff that you should not be doing if you are a competitive athlete. Correct. And the fact that this guy has hung around in like the top 10 of the fucking division for the past 5 years, being an alcoholic and doing some questionable drugs is kind of insane. Like that.
I think that poses the question: is cocaine the best base for MMA?
It could be, honestly.
John Jones was the best when he was on coked up. Jeff Neal, obviously, I mean, look, he probably fought Shavkat coked out of his mind, gave him a hell of a run.
Gave him a fucking fight. And went to a fucking split decision with Ian Gary.
Knocked out Mike Perry, which is hard to do, especially in MMA with that fucking head kick. Woo.
I think that might have been before.
He probably, dude,
maybe, I don't know. But let's not forget, I mean, he ended Vicente Luque's career.
Yeah.
Brain
bleed. Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Jeff Neal's been he's been dicing up dudes on some serious substances. So we'll see how he does without the substances. He's the favorite here. What are you thinking, BP? Is he going to defend the ranking, or is the surging Serbian going to come in here and get a dub?
I'm so glad you talked about Medic just never going to a decision. You know what I mean? The guy finishes fights. This one's going to a decision.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I got the over 2.5.
Get the fuck out of here.
Got the over 2.5 on this one, boy.
Why?
Hey,
Why?
chat, clip this. Someone clip this. Do we have a producer? No, it's just us. Someone clip this because this going to decision. I think Jeff Neal is going to style on him with his footwork and his boxing. I think Jeff Neal's power is there, but I also think he likes to touch. And I think Medic, who has been slept before and has big power, I think he'll eventually slow down in the second round, and Jeff Neal's just going to play pity pat. I don't see a finish happening. I see Jeff Neal going 3 rounds, looking pretty good here, piecing up Medic. We're going to a decision. I like Jeff Neal's to win here. Listen, Medic is good. I just think this is so. Saif Saud used to coach a million. Is on the spectrum. I'm not. I appreciate the compliment. I wish I was autistic because then I would have a reason. I've been tested. Yeah, it's just who I am. Anyway, Jeff Neal Saif Saud used to coach a million guys, right? A lot of people come and go. He's really settled down. He's not in so many corners anymore. But his star people, the guy every interview he's ever given, he's talked about Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's this guy. The talent of this guy is unreal. You're getting a sober, motivated Jeff Neal. I read an article where he talked about getting sober and stuff like that. It didn't really sound like he did it for his wife. It didn't really sound like he did it for his kids. He said he was embarrassed by getting knocked out by Prates. That kind of led to him being like, I got to quit fucking around. I like that, right? I like that a lot. That's a fighter. I'm fucking embarrassed. It ain't going to happen again. I'm going to get rid of all this shit. I just think Jeff Neal's going to style him. I really do. I think he's going to put punches together. I don't think he's going to get a knockout. Obviously, I'm going against trend here. The trend is going to be someone's going to get finished by knockout. That is probably the most obvious answer in the world. But you know what? We're going to go Jeff Neal by decision. Jeff in this fight going over 2.5. Both plays I like. 3PC lunatic. No way this goes to decision. Clip it. Clip that. I want all the fucking clips, bro. And then if I lose, clip me saying clip that, and then fucking just throw a big fucking L on my face. I don't care. We're taking shots here. Give me Jeff Neal. Give me over 2.5. I love it. So tell me who wins by knockout here, bro. Don't trust Fortis. Wow, Fortis MMA getting some shots.
Saying Neal's getting desperate.
Fade the dog, trying to learn. Yeah, Jeff Neal, he's just such a I mean, if he was doing that, alcoholic goes sober after being knocked out by another alcoholic, that is very funny.
That is funny.
Because Carlos Prates has no plans on slowing down. That dude's gonna celebrate in the cage with a cig one day, right? He's gonna hop up after a knockout. They're gonna throw him a pack and he'll light one up. He'll get fined. The UFC will probably pay it because it'll be such a fucking iconic moment.
So you're going fight? Are you gonna pick a winner or no?
Oh yeah, Jeff Neal. Yeah, so Jeff Neal by decision over 2.5. Yeah, Jeff Neal's my pick.
Well. Jeff Neal by decision right now is sitting around plus 800.
Hey,
shot on that, or you could just take the fight to go the distance at plus 400. I'm not gonna take that. Come on. Yeah, I mean,
ride with me, dude. Ride with me.
I would maybe take a ride if like these guys were heavyweights and they would gas, but 15 minutes in a mostly striking affair against two guys that I think are pretty damn good knockout artists. I'm pretty sure one of these guys is going to go down. I know it's a hot take, so you're going out on a limb.
They said the same thing about Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou.
What did I say?
Heavyweight. Yeah. Heavyweight. Okay. Yeah. You proved it wrong. They said the same thing. I've got nothing long enough yet.
It'd be like looking at this fight and saying Terrence McKinney and Chris Duncan is going to go to decision.
Well, Terrence McKinney's a 1-round fighter. Also, Maddox, he's a 1 or 2 round fighter. Technically, right? Yeah.
He did get a round 3 KO against Semelsberger, but
old Matty,
he got dropped by Semelsberger a couple times in that fight. That's what it comes down to, man. Medic just not facing anywhere near the level of competition Jeff Neal has had, and sure he could catch Jeff Neal. Sure, if you're gonna take Medic, I'd go round 1 KO. But outside of that, I think Jeff Neal's gonna spark him, man. I think Jeff Neal probably does get him out of there in round 1 as well. You're getting dropped by Gilbert Urbina. Tough luck, buddy. Tough luck. Jeff Neal's gonna fucking put you to sleep, bud. All right, Jeff Neal. I don't care if he's on the substances or not. He should be able to win this fight. Give me Jeff Neal by KO, probably round 1 to get it done. Actually, I wouldn't mind. I don't think it's a very low outcome, but Medic only been knocked out once, right? It's been submitted twice. A club and sub could be on the table, because
Jeff Neal.
The thing with Medic is like he gets dropped a bunch.
He does,
but in most of his fights, when he gets dropped, he'll recover and then come back and either win or he'll recover a little bit and then get subbed.
Yeah,
and Jeff Neal is he's not a great submission guy, but guy knows a fucking rear naked choke. He knows how to get a fucking rear naked choke. And if you drop Medic and he gets back to his knees, Jeff Neal might just hop on that neck. We'll see. But I'm
neck home with him.
Yeah, the inside the distance for Neal is -150 compared to a KO at -120. I might rather just take the inside the distance to cover my ass. But but round 1 KO for Neal plus 225, not bad. Not bad in my opinion.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. All right, what do you say, BP? Talk main event. Let's talk main event. We made it to the main event. Like the stream for us if you haven't already. We got over 300 people in the live stream. I got only 92 likes. We're not even at 100 likes on the YouTube live stream. So like it up.
Ron from Europe, I know I yelled at you earlier. Like the fucking chat or like it, bro. Come on, Ron. He said it's 3:30 a.m. in Europe. Let's go, bro. You're a fan.
Stream. And there's a new thing on YouTube. I think it's called a hype. You can hype it up. I think you can hype it up. Hype it up,
bro.
If you see an option to hype it up, hype it up.
There should be a button for vibes. Like, dude, this is vibes. This is just
hype it up, vibe it up, whatever the fuck you want to do. Just do something to support the channel. We're here for over 2 hours, giving you a breakdown, giving you the vibes. Let's start.
Yes, sir.
In the main event, we got Sean Strickland coming in at plus 230, taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, who's on an absolute tear. He's ran through everybody. He's melting guys left and right. In every one of his fights, there's a point where the fighter just does not want to be in there anymore. But it seems like Fluffy enjoys that, and he keeps him around for a little bit longer just to torment them. And then eventually he will take him out. Can he do that to Sean Strickland? Sean Strickland, the former champion, is coming off a loss to Dricus du Plessis a year ago. He got suspended for walking into the cage, punching that guy.
Throwing punches.
He survived his suspension, and now he's coming back, and he's got a tough test, man. He's an underdog for a reason here. I mean, the books are tired of losing money on Fluffy, man. It's been almost automatic, and every single fight, when he has won. Like, that opponent ain't ever coming back. But he's facing some gassers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Delidze, bit of a gasser. Michelle Pereira, a gasser. Edmund Shabazian, a gasser. I mean, these are guys that are known for having bad gas tanks. And what is Sean Strickland known for? Having a great gas tank. So this is where the question becomes. Is the gas tank too much on Fluffy Hernandez? Or can Sean Strickland match the cardio, match the output, and claw his way into this fight and win maybe by late KO, maybe by mid KO, maybe by decision? I know there's a lot of love on Sean Strickland this week for some people based on the number, plus 230. It's very tempting. BP, talk to me. What do you think here?
Very tough fight to break down. I've been flip-flopping all over the place. I actually was thinking in my head breaking this fight down, and I completely drove in the opposite direction of where I was supposed to deliver today. It was very embarrassing. Both of these guys are very similar. Right? They have completely different styles. Right? Sean isn't a power puncher, but he uses his cardio and a lot of punches to wear you down, maybe get a finish. He finished Brandon Allen back in the day, finished Boost Magomedov, but typically win a decision, right? But that's what he does. And Fluffy uses his wrestling, his chain wrestling, his grappling, his ground and pound, which is greatly improved, to wear you out to try to finish you as well. So even though they're both have different styles, they're similar in game plans of what they want to do. I want to test my cardio against you. Now, Sean's been off for a year. He got super fat. He got married. I think his wife might be pregnant. He got super fat. He was like 240 pounds, 230 pounds. He looks absolutely shredded right now, right? Looks in phenomenal shape. Fluffy, not a guy that cuts much weight at this at middleweight, right? He probably walks around 200 maybe, comes in the fight week 192. He's not cutting much weight. That's why his cardio, I think, is through the roof. So it's going to be really interesting because Sean Strickland was notoriously known to have a really good takedown offense. And if you take him down, he'll just pop right back up. Hernandez kind of likes that. He wants to take you down. Then he'll hang out on your hips. He'll weigh on you. He'll beat you up. He'll take you down again. He'll take your back. It's going to be very, very interesting how this fight plays out because someone in the chat, I think it was UFC Garrison, he says it right there. Sean's teep, the body work of Sean is good. He throws that teep. He punches to the body very well. Fluffy's been stopped to the body. He's been hurt to the body as well. So that's interesting. Minus 270 is a little steep for me on Hernandez. Plus 230 on Sean Strickland, I think, is a great number. I see Twitter going crazy. I see a lot of people picking Sean Strickland. I understand that. I get it. But Hernandez is just so goddamn hot right now. You know what I mean? His game is he's one of the few Americans that is fighting this Dagestanian grappling style and making it fun. And I think Fluffy's stand-up is pretty good. He'll take chances, right? And I just think Sean is such a unique guy. Wow, Fluffy said he got as high as 223. That's surprising to me. I'm I'm going to go Hernandez. Minus 270 is a tough get. I like the over. I like the decision. I don't think either of these guys are going to finish each other. I think if there is going to be a finish, it will be Sean late by like some kind of body work. He'll break down the body. Sean also wears cuts pretty bad. He's got a lot of scar tissue in his eyes. I can see a cut happening. That could be possibility, but I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to tell you 18 different ways it could fucking happen. I'm going to go with my original read, which is Fluffy by decision. I'm not overly confident, which I love. I love main events like this because, you know, there's not many times Sean Strickland goes out there and gets dominated. I mean, Kamar Usman way back when at 170, you know, he got dropped. He got taken down a few times. His last fight against Dricus Du Plessis wasn't his best performance, but the guy's always in it, right? I mean, yeah, he got knocked out Pereira, but you know, I like Hernandez here. I'm just gonna ride the hot hand. But you know, plus 230 on Strickland is staring at me, and I like it. But I'm gonna trust my read.
Yeah, I mean, from a money line perspective, I would probably go Strickland at plus 230, but I'm not gonna play it. You know, I'm not gonna bet it because at the end of the day, man, like what grapplers has Strickland fought? You know, if I could point to a fight where Strickland's having to go up against the guy that wants to grapple 100%, like then, you know, I could think about it, but it's Uriah Hall, it's Jack Hermanson, it's Cannonier, it's Imavov, it's Abus Magomedov, Israel Adesanya, Dricus Du Plessis, Paulo Costa, Du Plessis. And I know Du Plessis tried to mix in some wrestling here and there and didn't really have a ton of success. He got the takedowns, but he couldn't hold him down. But he wasn't really like the first thing he was looking for in every fight, you know? So we know Sean has good cardio. We know he has good get-ups. But he doesn't have the finishing ability that he needs to win this fight. Because I really think Anthony Hernandez, if you're going to beat him, you have to finish him. Like he's 3-0 to the decision. You know, obviously he's been getting a bunch of finishes, but he's only ever lost by finish. So I feel like you got to catch him because you're not going to win minutes on him, man. He's just too smothering of a grappler. And it's not even to the point of like, he's going to take you down and lay in your guard. Like he's going to just rinse and repeat takedowns. He's going to beat you up in the clinch. And then when you're at range, it's kind of like Merab, man. It really is like Merab.
Yeah, very similar.
Like when you're at range, he's still on the offense. Like he doesn't just sit back and then wait for his entry on a takedown. He's on the offense. He's on the front foot the whole time. And if he fails a takedown, okay, then he's in the clinch. Then he's kneeing you. And then once you're trying to break away, then he's back in on your hips, taking you down, putting you in the cradle position, going for the guillotine. You get out of it. He doesn't care. It's just constant downhill action. So I feel like Anthony's probably going to be able to snowball that and get it done here. So I picked Anthony Hernandez. I don't know that he should be this big of a favorite, but I do think he should be a pretty sizable favorite, minus 200 around there. And I think he probably going to win a decision. You know, best one here, our best play on this fight, in my opinion, is fight to go to a decision because Strickland's tough, man. Strickland's he's seen everything. He's seen almost everything. You know, I don't really see Fluffy submitting him. If he does, it'd be super impressive. Be very impressive. Yeah. But I think Anthony's just going to be on the offense too much to where Strickland can't really get anything off. Like he's not going to be standing at range, allowing Sean Strickland to teep and jab him. Like he's just not going to do that. So it's going to be tough for Strickland to get any offense here. I think Anthony Hernandez gets it done by decision and can maybe stamp his ticket to a possible title fight. You know, I had him as the middleweight title at the end of the year, so we'll see how that pans out. I'm not going to back him here on the money line. I would maybe consider playing him by decision, but I would rather just play the fight to go the distance where it's at right now. So Fluffy decision, though, it's actually not bad. It's plus 160. I think that's the best available. Could be a nice little, decent little parlay piece if you're going for like a long shot or something. But yeah, I think it's a tough matchup for anybody. Yeah, I really think you got to finish Fluffy to beat him. Yeah. Kind of like Barab. Unless you're Petr Yan. And maybe Strickland's Petr Yan.
Maybe he is. Someone said, is Strickland the American Petr Yan? Dixon Sider said it. It might be.
Oh, maybe. You know, maybe the thing is, like, this isn't Fluffy's fourth fight in a year, you know? It's like the stars haven't perfectly aligned.
He pulls out too much. Someone said in the chat, yeah, Hernandez pulls out more than I should have. He and this is a guy too. Typically, I don't like the guys who like don't watch MMA. Like Hernandez knows nobody. He doesn't watch the sport. I get it. You need a break. This is your life, but he's like clueless about it. Doesn't mean nothing. I mean, he's a great fighter, but yeah, this is interesting. We're gonna really kind of because Sean Strickland's notoriously known to spar. I mean, he runs training. I know Eric Nixon's his coach, but he runs training at Shin Couture. I know he does a ton of wrestling, but how much like jiu-jitsu is he doing? Like, is he so confident in his wrestling that if he gets taken down, is he not worrying about like, when's the last time we saw Sean Strickland really defend a submission, right? There's a lot of variables here. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I think decision as well. Did you see Nana's interview with Junkie Fluffy? Yeah.
I saw that. I think that was from last year.
Yeah.
Like last November or something.
And Hernandez is like pissed because Sean like did a poster where like put him like in a Mexican outfit or whatever, and Hernandez is like, mad about it. We'll see if I don't know if are they gonna do a presser for this? I mean, it's not a pay-per-view. Are they gonna do
no presser for
no presser? Let's see the weigh-ins though. Sean usually kind of just smiles and laughs. The only time he's ever been mad was against Duplessis. But
you know how they did the face-offs, the first Paramount card?
Yeah.
The fighters, like imagine Strickland doing that.
Oh my
God. He would be so awkward.
He'd wear his fucking boots that he wears everywhere. Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, Sean Strickland, he's married, he's more mature. He has been a little quiet this week. Maybe he's but he's also got that trope that I've been saying too. Like once a guy gets the title, like is he that hungry for another one? Right? And he's lost to DDP twice. I know DDP's not the champion. He wants to fight Hamzat. I know Hamzat came to Vegas and trained with him, and they had a little bit of beef, but interesting fight. I love this fight. This is a great matchmaking fight.
Great main event.
Yeah.
All right, time for the segments. BP is 0-3 and the empty the clip, and he's going with Melquizael Costa.
Yes, sir. Empty that fucking clip. Yeah. Again, this is gonna prove. I'm betting this in real life as well. I'm gonna go heavy on it. This is gonna prove if I'm cursed or not on Costa. And I do think he has more ways to win against Dan Ige, even though Hayden and I disagree. It's empty the clip. I was gonna go, some higher up guys because I know I'm on 3. You could go to Valle, Kuban Problem. You can go all these guys that are way higher, but I want to give a reasonable. It's not like he's fucking plus or pick of money. He's minus what, 210, 220. But Costa is it. I'm curious to see who your empty the clip is. I'm dying.
BP, you need a win on the empty the clip, bro.
We're getting it right here this weekend. We ain't going 0-4, bro. We're gonna go 1-3, and I'll finish the year 50-3 or something like that, dude. Something crazy. I'm making a comeback, bro.
39-3, I think.
Yeah. Just crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am 2-1 in 2026. The one time
not bad
fucked up was Sulang Rangbo trusting a 20-year-old.
There you go.
Do that, but this week we're not going with a money line. I'm gonna go with the fight to go the distance.
Okay,
minus 120. It's minus 120. I mean, it's not exactly a gimme here.
No,
but we gotta empty the clip, baby. Empty the fucking clip.
I like that a lot.
I'd go to decision minus 120 in the main event. I love it. I've already bet it, and I think it should be north of minus 150 at minimum.
Agreed.
So, 6 out of 10 times I think is pretty. I don't want to say generous, but pretty short. I think it could be 7 around there. So minus 120. I think it's a steal. I think we got to empty the clip there, and hopefully we go to 3-1. 3-punch parlay. The record so far is 1-2, but we are profitable 1.16 units on the 3-punch parlay.
Yeah, we are.
So we got 1 leg from BP, 1 leg from me, and then we took 1 leg from a very avid viewer of the show, Trindaddy. His will be the third. BP is going with.
Put my money where my mouth is, baby. Put my money where my mouth is, bub. I backed him beginning of the year. I'm backing him now. It's not a crazy number. Yeah.
Minus 205 on a UFC debuter.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will see if it gets done. I'm going hands of steel, Neal.
Woo.
Minus 225. We'll take the sober Jeff Neal to get it done against Uros Medic, the glass cannon himself. I think he gets it done, man. I think it's a decent little parlay piece. That's my leg. And then we'll go to Trin-Daddy's. Trin-Daddy's going with the fight to not go to decision in the Del Val Leavitt fight at minus 250. So that brings us to plus 203 on the 3 parlay. A little plus 200. I mean,
you want to fucking get 2-1 on your money? Maybe play the 3 PC parlay.
Trin's in the house. Trin, thank you for the leg. Hopefully we smack it. So we'll start off with the Del Val leg. So Trin, you're up first, and then we go to BP, and then Jeff Neal to bring us home. And then Hayden's got to close the show, bub. I know I'm winning. You know, I mean, I know my leg's winning. Let's see if Hayden can close the show. That's it. Let's improve that total in 2026 on the 3-punch parlay. I'm dying to see what pitcher you use for me. Oh, shit. Dude, I tell you what, bro. I tell you what, that one's the best one, dude. I look like a fucking honk right there. You like that? That one's not. We're hitting after that pitcher. Woo! Look like a mob boss. Look how big my hand look, dude. That's like fucking James Gandolfini's hand right there. Fucking Sopranos. Nice little watch. Yay. Catch in the hand, dart in the lip. Looking good. Looking good. 0-3 on the year. But again, they're over 10-1 parlays. Yeah, these are hard. These are hard to hit. These are hard. So you only got to hit like what? And I already know you hate mine because we've kind of talked about some of the legs. So I hope I hit this one just so I can just do a little fucking shimmy on you. Up first, you got the over 2.5 rounds in the Harrell and Smith fight. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. I think that's one decision. Don't hate it. And then you're going the over 2.5 in the Neal and Medic fight. I'm telling you, bro. One time for the one time, kid. Definitely the hardest leg. Yeah. And then you're going Pereira by KO. Yep. Plus 21.91. Not bad. I'm double it 10-1 or higher. I doubled that shit, bro. Let's go. I like that. Obviously, I'm second guessing the middle leg. I mean, it's plus 300, which I thought would be a little bit higher than that, but that's fine. I feel good about this. I even feel better about that pitcher. Hey, let's go. Essentially, you got to sweat 12.5 minutes of the co-main event. if you hit the first 2 legs, we go to the co-main event, and you got to hope nobody dies for 12.5 minutes, BP. I hate playing overs, too. I'm generally not an over-under guy because I'm clock watching, and I'm anxious. It's rough. It's tough. That's why I'm going to hate watching the main event because I got the fight to go the distance. I'm like, I don't even want to watch it when I have an over or like a fight to go the distance. It's tough, dude. Rough. People don't understand how hard it is to be a fucking gambler, man. Dude, it's tough. It's a tough time. People are mean online and shit. Dude. My record's also 0-3. All right, we've hit 2 out of 3. Yeah, you've been close. I've been real close. Yeah, I think this week could be the week. Leg number 1, we're going Judice by finish. Okay. By finish. Okay. First fight on the night, and I think we scoop up the first leg there with Judice getting it done inside the distance at minus 152. Easiest leg of the parlay. We'll take it first, and then we'll move on. Leg number 2, we're going Ante Dalia, round 1 KO. I'm taking round 1 KO because I think we're getting the most value there. If he's going to get it done by KO, I think it's probably going to be round 1. He walks across the cage. Mm-hmm. He knocks out Sergey Spivak. We cash our second leg. You flopped your dick on the table for that one. Oh, here we go. God damn. It's home. We're taking Dan Ige on the money line. Plus 180. Brings us to plus 1597 for this week's Sick Ole. I mean, tell me how it loses. Tell me how it loses. Well, Ige is how you lose. If you're asking me. I was waiting for that. But oh man, it's live, man. I mean, let's just say think it's live too. I mean, listen, we hit the first 2. We go to the final leg. The chat was when you went to get a soda. The chat was like, Ige, it's a coin flip, and I it's hard to disagree with that. And if you're getting a coin flip at plus 180, I think that's such a great number. Exactly. So can't hate it. Can't knock it till you try it. Yep. Subscribe, boys. Subscribe to either Hayden or I's channel. All this audio will be available on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that shit. I'll put it on tonight, and you guys can listen to tomorrow morning if you want. Someone went Big Ben, LOL. Big Ben will have some good dogs.
Big fan. Yeah. So listen, you guys are the best. Thank you, chat. You guys are amazing. Every fucking Wednesday we're doing this.
Yes, sir.
And I can't wait. I think this is how important this show is to me. Just doing this and talking in the chat and really trying to take this off. My wife used to work Wednesdays. She's switching her schedule. I said, hey,
really?
Switch it. Yeah.
Wow.
Work Thursdays, right? Because we do the show on Wednesdays. So you guys are the best. Hey, Jive, again, thank you for the production. That's a new BigJive logo. You need to send me that. I don't remember having the background on that one.
Yeah, it's a little Texas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, I'll keep the one I got. Little Texas flair. Okay.
Yep. Appreciate y'all for watching. We'll maybe post some timestamps in the description below for anyone that's watching after, but somebody's going to have to do that. We'll see. But appreciate y'all for watching it and liking the stream for us. We'll be back here next Wednesday to break down UFC Mexico. Is it in Mexico next week?
Is it Mexico?
I think Mexico.
Mexico. But whatever it is, I'm ready.
Bring your cervezas. Bring your queso. Bring some tacos. Maybe I'll get some Taco Bell. Who knows? But we're out of here, boys.
See you, boys.
BigJive MMA Show. We out.